Taylor, in your words, please explain what girl math is.
As a woman, I can make, in my mind, anything free.
I kind of agree with that. I'm not going to lie.
What do you think is the definition of a basic girl?
I might be a girl.
It's because you're single.
That's not cool. I think if you're currently good looking, but you used to be ugly, I'm allowed to say you used to be ugly.
Did you know Taylor's starting a podcast?
Maxx, stop talking.
That good looking people have ugly kids.
Oh, for sure.
Gender roles between men and women. Go.
I'm going to start rolling around with dudes naked again.
What?
I'm not going to be on my knees, like cleaning the baseboards, cleaning the tile. Like, I don't need to be cleaning the showers. Like,
Are you paying rent?
no.
That sounds great.
It's my favorite thing. I love it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Don't Be Sour. I'm your host, Maxx Tuning. Today we have a friends and family episode. Tay-Tay and JoJo, worlds colliding here. Normally, I don't think you need alcohol, but let's just say for this one, I got a feeling we do. So here we go. Past that one right there. Here's one for Joe.
Oh.
Wait, what?
It's leaking a little bit.
Why am I getting the leaky boy?
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I can't. Okay.
Dude's out. Dude, where you going?
Go Bear.
All right. So this is kind of like, this is going to be like the Thunderdome. I got a feeling.
I'm scared.
Taylor, I cannot protect you during this episode.
Joe and I think a lot alike, though.
Yeah.
Normally you have like immunity around me because anything that Joe says, I can like protect you. But this is
will be used against
this is
you.
on camera.
Okay.
There's no protection.
Woo.
Fine.
Going in raw.
You know what, Joe? You host, dude. Start the podcast. You go. You said you wanted to be co-host. So what topics you got, bro?
How about those Yankees?
Huh?
It's not even baseball season,
Sports.
which none of these guys probably don't know this, but it's not baseball season.
All I know is that sometimes I see fireworks from my apartment, and I'm told that it's because of baseball.
That can't be happening because of baseball.
No, not right now, but normally.
Yeah, normally, yeah,
Yeah.
it's because of baseball.
That's how I know baseball's not happening anymore.
Joe, if you were a podcast host,
You didn't tell me to plan on that. I don't know.
Sometimes life doesn't go as planned.
I figure we would just talk about y'all's engagement the whole time.
Oh
That's
my
why I'm
God,
here, right?
Joe is so. You know, I've never heard anyone get
anxiety is,
so.
like, shooting through
I've never
the
heard
roof. Like,
anyone
oh,
get
God.
so upset about talking about engagement other
It's
than a
because
single
he's
man.
Because
single.
I'm not engaged.
It's because you're single.
I can't join in.
That's on you.
Well,
Why don't we talk about? I got a feeling people already probably watch Joe and I and think that like, how are they friends? Because they just yell at each other all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay, hold on. Before this podcast can continue, we gotta take a second to pay the bills and say thank you to today's video sponsor, our friends at Temu. You never heard of Temu? I hadn't either, and when I first went on this website, my mind was blown. They have everything under the sun on this website, and the prices are out of this world. They are so affordable, and they literally have everything. You gotta check it out. I mean, look, I got Taylor some new outfits. They have a whole bunch of clothes on there. I got a whole new comforter, a whole new freaking blanket. We have I got one of these, a little thermometer thing, like you go to the doctor. Yep, I'm alive. I have a multifunctional solar lamp. Keep this bad boy in the car. Nope, I'm not gonna die because I have this thing. And I mean, air compressor, vacuum cleaner. I got socks. I am telling you, they have freaking everything. So you gotta go check out this website. I'm telling you, it's an experience. And if you download the Temu app through my link and you use code DKM8295, you're gonna get a little special something, little deal. Make sure you use that link down in the description. And new users have the chance to get a portable solar charging camping light for free. I know, for free, regular price $7.59. You have the chance to get it for free. Check them out right now. Now, let's get back to the pod.
how did y'all two feel about each other the first time you met?
hated her.
No, you did not. We met at Alpha Land, and you thought I fell off a scooter, which I didn't.
Some other person fell off a scooter.
Other person, but I thought he was nice.
Yeah.
But that was that was the first time we had met and talked. We walked around Alpha Land for a little bit before it was even built.
Toured the little hotel.
Yeah.
I remember that. I think
Yeah.
I was with somebody.
It was Heidi, Nabil,
Nabil, yeah.
Christian, and then
It was pre-Max.
What did you first think of Joe? Because Joe,
Cool dude.
He was just quiet. He just kind of hung out. He said funny things, but nothing really. We followed each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
you followed my girlfriend? You follow my fiance?
Before his
It was
girlfriend did.
before I was even there.
Past
Whoa.
doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah. He was
That's
funny
true.
though.
That's true. Why do you think all three of us get along so well? Because if you didn't know, Taylor, Joe, and I hang out almost every day, unless Joe is like,
Senna.
"Oh, I moved downtown and now I can't drive to the gym because it's too far."
It is far.
And he's working a 9 to 5 now, so it's
Yeah.
really difficult for
Yeah.
him.
I had to go to work the other day at 8 a.m. and I didn't leave until 5 p.m.
He needs to you need to re-ask him the questions he
That
felt
was
about that
wild.
girl on that video.
Joe was so anti-establishment. Now he's
I am the establishment.
yeah.
This is the problem.
Why?
So why we all get along?
Yeah, why do you
I
thi-
think we're all really funny. We all have very sarcastic sense of humor.
Yeah.
My love language is sarcasm. So if you can't be sarcastic with me, I probably won't be your friend.
I'm kind of forced into it because we're friends and she ain't going anywhere. So
No.
I'm making lemonade, dude.
I think the worst thing that could happen would be someone starts a new relationship and then that like the friend group doesn't like the
that happens a
person.
lot. I would almost say that like Heidi and you are probably the only people that I've accepted as. Anytime like one of my friends has a girlfriend, I'm like, nah,
Is that because you're waiting for it to like see if it's a real thing?
I just don't like them. Like I don't know you. I don't have to fucking be cool with you.
I'm going to use this and pull this up next time Joe has a girlfriend. He's like, why don't you like her? I'm like, I don't know you. I don't have to
It's
like
a real
you.
thing.
It is.
We had one of my friends in high school was dating this chick and we hated her and turned out to be a huge bitch. Like we were right the whole time, but like,
I'm like-
the whole time she was just fucking annoying.
I don't think I could date somebody. It's like it's the same as if like their family doesn't like me. I couldn't date somebody whose friends don't.
You're
like me.
not you're not like stealing Max though.
No,
like
I'm like,
sometimes
take
like
him.
like your boy gets a girlfriend and next thing like not allowed to play video games, can't go out on this night, can't do this.
No.
We don't do anything, so it's
Taylor,
fine. but,
I
like,
have we have a chart on the fridge, and if I get all stars, Taylor says I can have 30 minutes of Fortnite. But
this is like I literally know guys that are like, hey, like you can play COD tonight, and they're like, like let me ask if I can. I'm like, what do you mean like ask? It's your house, your computer, what the fuck's going on?
yeah, be the man,
Yeah,
be the alpha.
red pill, dude.
Red pill, baby.
David's fucking smiling
David's
right now.
going.
Yeah, that's how
I
you
truly-
beast right
but
there.
I like when you play video games because then I get to sit there and scroll.
Yeah, Taylor actually.
I enjoy it. I'm like, please go play video
Taylor
games.
doesn't scroll TikTok as a leisurely like time
Fucking
waster.
job.
She's like how you're like I can't wait to get home and play League of Legends or whatever
I
you
don't
play.
play games anymore, dude.
Like I'm gonna go and sit down and do this thing.
Yeah.
Taylor's like I'm gonna go sit down and watch TikToks. Whereas me, I'm more like I'm going to the bathroom. I'm looking at TikToks. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm looking at TikToks.
do you do that?
Yeah.
Well, it's because I
You watch
sit.
TikToks while you brush your teeth?
Yeah.
I'm not worried. The bathroom makes sense, but the brushing the teeth thing's kind of weird.
Well, I have these.
Are you like-
I have a no. I have a sticky case in the back of my phone. I shove it on the window,
Okay.
and then I can watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shower stuff. Never mind. I'm using that for something else too.
Taylor's. There's a lot of like interesting things about now that I've like been living with a lady for like a long time.
I've never done that.
Oh
I don't think I
shit.
can.
Me neither until Taylor.
Yeah. I don't think I can.
I mean, technically, your last relationship.
Yeah, but we never lived together.
No,
Like,
but she
was there a
she
lot,
was
but
there majority of the time.
like, yeah.
Majority of
I
the
don't.
time.
I'm like, I feel like I'm never gonna.
He's like, I'm gonna be single forever. That's the
No,
first
I
step.
just like I think I need a huge house because like I really like my space. Like I really like to know that like no one is around me right now.
I like space.
Not
too.
in a bad way. Not like I don't want someone around me. I
Joe,
just like
when you're in a
need-
relationship, you don't have to like go into a random room to masturbate.
I do. I
just
still want that
have
space.
intercourse with
Yeah,
you.
no. I have my other computer in that room. Ectoplasm
okay,
everywhere.
Okay, hot take, but I
Yeah.
think if you're like, man, I wish, like, I can't wait till she goes traveling for this because then I can have like a alone time. Then I think you might have like a bigger root issue.
Maybe I probably do. It's not even like it's
But
not the
I
right
don't-
person. Even my family. Like if I'm on vacation with my family,
No,
I'm
I'm
like,
the
hey, I
same
need
way,
some
though.
space. Like I'm good. I need to go sit somewhere.
I'm similar to that where I do love my alone time,
Yeah.
but I get my alone time because I do travel and I do like we don't work together. We aren't together 24/7, but I love when we like come home from work and then we spend all of our time together. But I do like when I get to do things alone. I'm antisocial in most realms.
Taylor and I have been watching Ted Lasso, and there's been 2 episodes that have been really strange in season 2. Like one when they do the whole thing on the other coach that goes and he gets like beat up by the other guys and stuff. It was like
think I've seen that.
It was such like a filler episode. I was like,
It
what's
was
going
the
on?
strangest
but
episode.
in season 2, there's like a part where if you haven't
Keely.
seen it, Ted Lasso.
Oh, no, I have seen that. Sorry, yeah, we're good.
So
Yeah.
so what's her name?
Keely.
Keely. She's like so mad at Roy because she's like, like I come home and you're there, and then like you just want to read a book while I'm like watching TV next to me, and you're always there. And like the end of the episode is
That's
like
how I
this
feel.
magical thing where he's like, I got you a bath, and you can just have this bath, and I'm gonna go not bother you for 3 hours. And she's like, oh my God, and I'd be like, that sounds like a toxic relationship. Like, thank you so much for leaving me alone. You're that's the best. No.
I don't think it's toxic, but you have to think about it like going from somebody that like works, they work together, they spend time together, they go eat lunch together, then they go home together. Like that's a lot, especially if you're not used to that and you're
bro, if
so
you're an
used to your own
introverted
space.
person.
Yeah.
I am a heavily introverted person. Like I can talk
Okay.
on camera and stuff, but like I would say I am
He
like a
likes to be alone.
yeah.
All right,
like
all right.
I don't have fun. Like like when you're at home on a Friday night and you see like Christians out at a bar and you're like, oh fuck, like I wish I would. I've never
wish you would
once,
invite me.
He
not
only has-
once have I been like FOMO. Like I'm never like, oh, I really wish I'm like, I'm good. I'm happy I didn't go out. This
He
is
only
great.
has FOMO when we build gingerbread houses.
I was
without
very
him.
upset I didn't get invited to that. I
Because you normally
would
are
have
invited.
constructed a fucking skyscraper.
But it was a girls' night.
Some real exciting things going on in this episode. First of all, we have a brand new light behind Joe. I mean, the people commented that there wasn't going on much. I mean, around Joe's head,
Yeah.
in Joe's head, and then boom,
Something's going on.
$20 later, I installed that bad boy.
By hand.
Pretty revolutionary stuff. And then Joe, I don't know if you know this, but you are in kind of the presence of royalty because Joe, have you ever made up an entire word? Taylor has invented a word that she says that she invented, and what's the word, Taylor?
Yikes-a-roni.
Yikes-a-roni.
Someone's probably said that before you.
Nope, Taylor says she's the first person in history to say yikes-a-roni.
Should
I
reach
think
out to
it's me and Landry.
Merriam-Webster.
This is me and Landry's word is yikes-a-roni. And
Who's
I've never.
Landry?
Landry's one of my best friends. You slid up on my DMs about
You have
it.
so many best friends.
But how,
Every time a
Yeah.
name comes up, it's like my best friend.
No,
Like,
that's gotta
I've
be
never
a
even
girl-
heard of this
that's
person
gotta be
before.
a girl thing.
you commented on you DM'd me about it on the picture. I posted a story.
Oh,
with
is that
her.
person?
Yeah. He was like, "There's 3 brunettes in this photo," and I was like, "No, one of them is really blonde, and then 2 of them are brunette."
I can't tell, but that's all girls. Girls are just my best friend so and
No,
so,
no,
my
no.
best friend
No,
so
no,
and so,
no,
my
But
best
it's-
friend.
Landry is truly
it's-
one of my greatest friends.
It's another level with Taylor. It is
like-
every person that now keep in mind there's ones that like I see on a regular basis or I hear her talk about on a regular basis, but it's always the people that are from another state or someone you haven't seen in a long time,
I
and
have
they're
different
always like, "Oh, she's one of my best friends." And I'm like, I've
have-
never heard you talk about
But
her.
the thing
That's
is,
weird.
you have heard me talk about Landry. Landry's
I'm
literally.
not talking about Landry.
No, I know, but I have other friends, but you haven't met them.
You have
I
lots of best friends.
I would say I have 5.
I don't think that's how
Maybe
that works. I
4.
think you get one best friend.
I don't have one best friend.
You
anymore.
get one.
No. You can
I
have,
have
you can
a-
have a couple. You can have a
No.
couple.
So
You have the
it's-
best of your friends.
No,
It's between Joe, Christian, and Shawley. You're gonna say Max is and like David.
What?
Like Max has multiple best friends.
Yeah, but I would say that me and Max are the bestest of friends.
That's because you hang out with him.
I know.
Okay.
And if I didn't, then I would say it would
I
go to
have an
someone else.
analogy. I have an analogy to solve this problem. Okay. If you're
Yeah.
ever like, I don't, who's the best friend.
When you have children, are you gonna have one just best child?
100%. My dad really likes me.
Well,
My sister's watching this right now. Like,
No, it's like
she's like, God damn.
it's like Eminem is my favorite artist, but I do not listen to Eminem the most, which might
yeah,
be.
but you still have a favorite. All right, maybe it's the wrong term. You can have multiple best friends. Who's your favorite friend? You can only have one.
Max.
Fair.
Wait, am I everyone in this room's best friend?
Hold up. Dude's like, yes.
And dude's like, yes, you are.
Oh my gosh.
How do you feel?
No, I think this is great, which is really confusing because I could see why people wouldn't want to be friends with me, but I also could see why people would want to be friends with me.
I've never laughed as much as I have being your friend and fiance, obviously.
I think I'm one of the funniest people in the world. What?
I don't think you're that funny.
I think I'm superiorly funny than most people.
We were having a giggle last night. I laughed really hard last night.
What did I say?
We were just
Something
like
really
being goofy
stupid.
with each other. Remember my hair? When you were about to let me walk outside with my hair just all over the place?
What's crazy is I many times, because like I'm never worried about running out of funny things to say, but a lot of times I will tell people, I'll say, I need you to let me know if I ever say anything around you that is the funniest thing that I have ever said to you specifically.
I think the flea market thing was your top. Oh, that was some of your best work.
Yeah. One time we were in a car and we were driving down the highway and everyone was just kind of silent and there's a giant billboard for a flea market in Houston, and I just kind of out of nowhere was like, damn, that's crazy. They have a whole market just for fleas.
It wasn't funny, but it was funny because we weren't expecting it. It was like, wait, what?
Okay.
Tell me a shrimp fried this rice? That's a good one.
That
too.
is a good one. That is a good one. Next time you're out and someone gets shrimp fried rice and you get that, you go, wait, you told me a shrimp fried this rice?
It's pretty good.
I
That's
feel
funny.
like you have a very like dad sense of humor, and then Joe has just like a very dark, twisted sense of humor.
It's very dark and twisted. Did you give me tickets to Shane Gillis? Because you said you would, and
The
I
surprise.
don't have. Okay, all right.
Yeah, Joe's humor is pretty dark. Joe's like,
I'm not dark.
No, that's pretty funny, but you know, it'd be even funnier if they went off the bridge and then like the car blew up and
It's not
stuff.
like
I will say that like
it's not like that.
I had this conversation the other day. Like I will 100% talk shit to my kids. Like my dad talked a lot of shit to me growing up. Like I'm good.
If you don't, then you're a bad parent.
Are you?
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do if the guidance counselor calls you at school and says, like, so I was talking to little Billy and he said that he's upset today because his dad made fun of him for the way
Dude.
that he looked today.
Fun off story here. When I was in middle school, I moved in with my parents got divorced. I moved with my dad. My dad honestly had no clue how the fuck to raise a child. So we were eating like beans and weenies every night. Like no clue.
What's your favorite?
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
So somehow or another, me and my dad, I think I told him like, hey, hit for hits is a fun game we can play. And he's just trying to be nice. So like me and my dad are slugging each other like on a daily
Wait,
basis.
explain the rules to hit for hit.
You get to hit as hard as you want on someone's arm and they get to hit you back. It's just
So your dad playing with it?
I don't
yeah,
think I
yeah,
played
yeah,
that.
yeah. So anyway, I'm in class and one of my teachers was like, hey, I noticed like you have these bruises on your arm. Like what happened? And I'm like, oh no, it's fine. My dad hit me. Not thinking.
No, don't worry, I hit him back though.
He
was
gets
like,
a call
"God
from the
damn it."
fucking school. The principal brings me in, has a conversation like, how
that's
long's
a
your
big
dad been
deal.
hitting you? I'm like trying to explain to them like it's no big deal. I'm like, dude, he was so mad. I remember I got home, my dad was like, why the fuck would you tell them that I hit you? And I'm like,
And you said you're his favorite? Questionable.
yeah.
Max and I are his favorite kids.
I'm definitely gonna make fun of my children.
Oh, for sure.
What if it's something they can't control though, you know? If you have a tubby child, do you tell your child they're fat?
Yes.
No. There's
Yes.
there's no way. You know what's interesting when I see overweight children?
Yeah.
I'm
The parents did that. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like the
This
kid.
is
Like
gonna be so bad.
But you want your kid to be happy, and if Oreos make the kid happy, then like,
But like Oreos make the kid happy.
there's
but,
thin Oreos.
But you can
not thin
restrict how
Oreos,
much
dude.
they're eating. Like I'm not gonna give my kid just like a free for all.
I do
to eat
think that
whatever
when
they
I see
want.
fat kids, I'm like, you did this to your kid.
Max and I had already said that we are going to make sure like we're gonna like substitute things. Like if they want milk, we'll be like, oh, you want chocolate milk? Protein shake.
Protein shake.
You want ice cream? Protein ice cream.
You want
Your
Halo
kid's
Top.
gonna be so annoying, dude.
candy bar and a
Oh,
bar.
you want a soda? You want
Yeah.
a soda? Guess what? You're getting an
Ice.
ice.
The first time
No
your
caffeine.
kid asks like, "Why are you drinking your calories?" I'm fucking that kid's never hanging out with me again. You used to do that all the time. I'd order
still
like a
does it.
Coke and he'd be like, "Why are you drinking your calories?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, Max. I just want a Coke."
I actually DM'd my realtor the other day because he posted a story of him and his wife drinking a Pepsi, watching a show, and I said, "Why wouldn't you just drink zero? Why?
Because it's not as good.
Little guilty pleasure, dude.
You have to accept. You have to accept
I'm
that it doesn't
sorry,
taste the same."
But
Mine is ice cream. I can't do sugar free. Like fuck that.
No.
Like your little stupid creamy thing. No,
Oh,
Joe,
no,
that's
those
why
are
you
good.
look like you look and I look like I look.
I need.
Okay.
I need like Ben and Jerry's ice cream like once a week.
I'm like, but being hungover, nothing slaps harder than just like a regular Coke.
Or Sprite from
Sprite.
McDonald's. McDonald's
Like-
Sprite. Fuck.
Like when you're hungover, that is the best thing.
Anyway, back to what I was saying though. Like if your kid wears
These podcast
glasses,
topics are wild.
do you
mean,
call your
nothing's wrong
kid
with
Four
that.
Eyes?
No.
I feel like I would.
I get a laser pointer and
I'm
give him
also
LASIK.
4-eyed.
Hold still, kid.
Hold on, I gotta cut the cornea open. Hold on, let me lift the flap.
I wouldn't think anything of that because I wear glasses.
Taylor's terrified to get LASIK.
I'm scared. I've
I've gotten LASIK.
I got.
Did you?
Yeah,
I was just born with perfect vision, so I,
I got.
don't have these problems.
Of course, Joe.
that's the only thing you're.
I got a
perfect.
brand deal to get my eyes done for free. Like if I posted about it, and I was so about to do it, and then I had a freak out because I watched a video on how they do it, and I was like, I can't fucking do that.
What if you didn't do it and still promoted it?
It's freaking sharks with freaking lasers attached to their freaking heads. No, let me explain LASIK. Okay, so it's about a 3.5 minute procedure. You go in. What's crazy is when I went in to get LASIK, I remember them going into like the consultation room, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to get. Hi, I'm here for LASIK. You know, and I walked in, and they go me in the thing with like the chart where you read all the
Yeah.
stuff, and they're like, "What's your current vision?" And I go, "Oh, I don't know." And they're like, what did like the last time you went to the eye doctor? Like, what did they tell you? I said, "Oh, I haven't
7
gone.
years
I haven't
ago.
gone to the eye doctor in probably 10 years." And they go, "Well, how do you know that you need LASIK?" And I say, "Well, I used to date a girl back in college, and she had reading glasses, and then every now and then I would everyone tries on someone else's glasses, right?
You dated somebody else before me?
I was literally thinking the same thing. It's like, oh shit.
I know.
Go to the past.
I had to go through a bunch of dog water to get to the golden fountain.
Dog water?
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, just go with your
Some
story.
Anyway.
chick that dated you was definitely watching this like, motherfucker.
No one
I
that I've
was
dated
not
has
dog
watched my
water.
podcast. So I said when I put on her reading glasses, it was like going from 720p to 4K. Like you could just see the grains in the grass.
Doctor did not know what the fuck that meant.
Well, I was just like, I know
Yeah.
my vision's not good.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're like, sounds good enough to me. We'll shoot lasers at your eyes.
They did it the same day?
No, not the same
Oh,
day.
okay.
Yes, question.
Didn't you say that you did it because you said you had sleepy eyes?
Oh yeah.
You told me that.
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
Because okay, yeah. So another
Joe's gonna
reason,
get a K.
not only did I think I needed LASIK because there was better vision possibilities because I've been trying on glasses
Yeah.
and I don't want to wear glasses and be a nerd, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just did because for me growing up, glasses were lame.
I love
Still
glasses.
are.
I fixed my
No,
eyesight to get glasses as a child.
I
Now-
will
now
say,
I
can
think-
we
I think Taylor
tangent,
Sexton
but yeah,
puts glasses on.
girls nowadays, they wear glasses don't even have, it's just for looks.
No, I can't.
Dude.
Yeah,
I
if you need
can't see
blue light
shit.
blocking glasses, you guys
The
go to movement.com.
Stupidest
Use
thing.
code Max.
We're going to go back to your story in a second, but do you know that girls nowadays are getting freckles tattooed on their faces?
Yeah, I
It's
saw
henna.
that.
I remember
It's
when
not
I was a
actual
kid, like
tattoos.
having freckles was like a bad. Like girls didn't want freckles; they were trying
I-
to cover them up. Now these girls are putting
They're
freckles.
angel kisses.
Yeah, now
They
they're
are
like
angel
tattooing them on their face. I'm like, you don't even have freckles in
But
your.
they're not real tattoos. It's henna.
I'm just saying.
But
I
yes,
remember
girls are
like
doing
as
it
a
because-
child, if you had freckles, like it was like you tried to cover it up.
Yeah.
Gingers have no souls. It was a whole thing.
No, I wish I had freckles growing up.
I wish I had
but
a
it's I wish I had a soul. No, it's just like a thing. Like it's like a beauty standard. Like because it's
wild.
so rare and unique.
Continue on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys think I could continue my story?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Okay. So I knew I needed better vision. I knew there's better vision out there. Okay. I knew there was something I was missing out on. And then I've always felt like I was really tired, but it wasn't that I was physically tired. It was like my eyes wanted to go to sleep.
I have that all the time.
But I wasn't tired. It was just
Yeah.
like, and I thought that this is real stuff. I thought that my eyes were tired because I was straining to see, right? So I'm like, oh, it's tiring my little eyes out. So if I get LASIK, then it'll all fix, right? Bada boom, bada bing.
Did it?
Well, if you let me go to my story, Joe. So consultation goes great. I don't know, a week later, 2 weeks later, whatever it is. They're like, come on in. Here we go. You lay down and they literally take a little scalpel. They hold your eyes open. They cut the little flippy flap on your eyeball.
Flippy flap?
Because they have to lift the flap up to shoot the laser at. And for a while you're laying down, it's like 99.99% success rate, and you're like, this is great, right? And you're laying down, but when they cut that flap open and they lift that flap up, your vision.
What flap are you talking about?
They cut like your
You have
cornea.
flaps in your eyes, bro.
Eye flaps?
Yeah.
Like your lids?
Yeah,
No,
no.
no.
The
Like
clear thing on top of your.
Yes.
the cornea. That's
That's why I can't watch it.
Bro,
Okay,
humans
all
are
right.
like ogres, dude. We have layers in
Layers
our
of
eyes.
onions?
So when they cut that flap open, immediately your eyes go 100% blurry. Like 100%, you can't see because you're looking up at the machine, right? When they cut that flap open, lift it open, blurry. And
I'd freak
and
out.
at that moment, you're going, man, I hope this works. You're like, man, I hope this is not it.
0.1%.
And then they zip zap your eye for like 45 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever. And then bada boom, bada bing for the next couple days. If you look at anything that's lit,
You wear a patch?
I did.
Nice.
Because if like light hurt, like if you go into a room and like the lights on, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like it painful. Anyway, I get the LASIK. I can see. Oh my God, 4K, perfect vision. Still got sleepy eyes, and I have astigmatism.
What was that?
Astigmatism or astigmatism?
Yeah, did you know it's not. I don't have a stigmatism. It's you have
Astigmatism.
astigmatism.
I
Astigmatism.
don't even know what that is.
So when you drive at night, do a lot of the lights on the cars like look like little like beams going everywhere?
No.
Must be night. Sorry, Mr.
Told you,
Perfect.
dude. My eyes are. I
forgot
got. That's the one good thing I got was eyes.
I forgot that you
He's
never
like,
make a
I might be
mistake.
6'5", but the best thing about me is my eyes.
My eyes are great.
Long story short, I have LASIK. I can see perfectly. My eyes still get really tired. And now at nighttime, there's like beams of light coming off of everything.
You just like stars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like
I put
halos.
tint on my truck, and now at night I see stars through the thing. But it's just through the tint. Because if
That-
I put my head out the window, I can see
Joe,
fine.
that has nothing to do.
No, but I relate. I can see the stars.
But either way, I'm glad I got LASIK. And
I refuse. One day I'll do it when I get over it, but I can't.
I'm gonna need it. My eye doctor told me when I was little, like, you have such good vision that it's going to go bad. Like, basically, it's one of those things, like, if you have good vision, it won't last. You actually, I think what he told me was you actually want, like, mediocre vision because it will last your whole life.
Because it will stay
But
that
if you
way.
have really good vision when you're younger, it's gonna go. But I'm like, I'm almost 30 and it's still, I'm fine.
well,
So, like,
I
at what point
I
is this
paid an
gonna-
extra $500 per eye to get lifetime. Now I
Got
gotta
warranties on
I
those?
gotta travel back to Washington D.C. to get this.
Yeah.
But I can get zip zapped again for free.
Yeah.
Assuming that practice is still
It
available.
costs you like $1,000 to get there, but yeah.
Yeah, but the math will math. It's kind of like it's
Girl
boy
math?
math, not to be confused with girl math.
So is
Joe,
that what we're going into?
have you heard about girl math, Joe?
I've seen some girl math. I like dog math the best, but yes, I've seen girl math.
Taylor, in your words, please explain what girl math is.
Let's chit chat about girl math. Okay, so let's say Tay Binks wants to buy.
You have examples?
Oh yeah, of
You have a
course.
nickname for yourself?
Yeah, Tay Binks. That's what Max calls me.
Nice.
Potato
Because
Nation.
You look like Jar Jar Binks?
No, Max just says it one day. I'm gonna fuck you up, Joe. After this podcast,
Well, I'm just curious where that came from.
I'm gonna literally. Max just said
It
it
comes
one day.
from the name of Jar Jar Binks, but not from the character of Jar Jar
I
Binks.
have to question it.
He was on.
They don't know this.
But this is like the Batman thing where
Yeah.
that came from.
I don't know where that came from.
No, it's literally just Max. Max was on.
I'm Robin. I'm the sidekick.
Well, yes, but
Why would you not want to be Batman?
because I'm Batman.
Yeah, she's Batman. How can I be Batman?
You're like, okay. Like in your wildest fantasy, you're the sidekick. Like you came up with this. Like I'm Robin.
Okay, no, Max was on live stream and was like, I like walked in and he was literally like doing nerd shit,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, and was like, Tay Binks is here, and I was like,
Taylor, girl math.
okay, girl math. Anywho, so say Taylor wants to buy a $2,000 bag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that bag for the next 10 years of my life. I'm also gonna give that bag to my daughter later in life, and she's
No,
gonna.
you're not.
Yes, I will.
Oh, okay.
My mom has given me a lot of luxury items, so I will give my child a lot of luxury items that I've had. It's vintage, okay? It's cool. So I think in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'll have that bag for 10 years. Say it's $2,000. How much is that a day? Somebody do math. Quick math.
Let's do easier because I have an example down here of that exact same thing.
Yeah.
If a bag is $500 and you use it every day for a year, it's really just $1.37 a day. To
and
have
that's
that
less
bag.
than my Starbucks drink a day. And that's
I don't
basically
hate that
free.
math. I'm
But
cool with that.
But it's basically free.
I think about watches that way.
yeah, it's basically free. Your car.
Like,
Basically
yeah.
free.
Like you're gonna buy a $30,000 watch,
So what's
but
the,
you'll have it for like the
what's
rest of
your
your
life?
life.
what's
Yeah.
the backbone to the girl math?
The girl math is the backbone is basically, as a woman, I can make in my mind anything free.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some examples, and then I want you two to debate these too. So you give
Yeah.
your reasoning of why that makes sense. Okay,
Okay. He'll probably agree.
not spending
I
15.
might be a girl. That's why I should have gone to fucking.
Okay, here's an example. Not spending $15 on shipping. Instead, if I spend $30 more, I get free shipping.
True. Because I get why? Because I get an extra product.
Yeah, all right.
You can get 2 for 1 rather. So it's like, okay, great. I can
You
do
didn't want that product anyway.
No, but I could have. I could have wanted it,
You
but I
didn't
was
want
like,
it because you would have gotten it already.
no, but think about it this way. It's like
right.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon same day shipping, where it's like you can get this product same day if you spend $25 on a certain product.
But I don't need the $25 for the product.
But so you're gonna wait 5 days to get your product?
Yes.
No. Why wouldn't you
Give
just?
me
Why
another
wouldn't
one.
you just spend the $25?
I don't
and get
agree
it
on
that
that
day?
one.
All right,
Yeah.
the first one, I think Taylor won that. I think she provided a better point. Okay, number two, if you buy it in cash, it's free.
Oh yeah, cash doesn't count. It's like Apple Cash. Think about it.
I kind of agree with that. I'm not gonna lie.
When you spend Apple, like you do your
Yeah.
Apple Pay, it's like, oh, it's Apple Pay for it.
So
It's
my
free.
my biggest girl math thing is like if I find $100 bill in like a pocket of like some old jeans, like
I'm $100 richer.
yeah, that's free money. Like I'm spending it today because
Yeah.
I didn't have that money anyways.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't know it existed,
Yeah.
so therefore it's new money to me.
I kind of agree with that one.
We win.
Mm-hmm.
So 2-1, 2-0.
Okay. Not buying cheaper items because you can make it for cheaper, so you spend more money at the craft store to make it, but it was cheaper.
I would never do that.
No?
No, God, no.
Like if an item was $50 and you're like, that's way too expensive, I can make that for cheaper, and then you go spend $75 on crafts to make that $50 item.
I would never do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm not a big-
debunked.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Debunked. Okay, how about just girl logic? Because I have a prime example.
There's not a lot of that.
Taylor had a party at our house.
Yeah.
And she put up a bunch of stuff. We have a bunch of archways, beautiful home, right? And put a bunch of stuff, like little balloons and streamers stuff, kind of sprawling from side to side. And Taylor used a bunch of thumbtacks in the walls. And I said, Taylor, like, don't just put a bunch of thumbtacks in the walls. It's like there's other ways to mount this without putting holes in the wall. And I quote, Taylor's response was, don't worry about it. It's fine. And I said, why is it fine?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, it's fine. They're just small holes. And I want to know, as a girl, why would I not worry about it, and why is it fine that there's little holes?
Don't call me out on that.
You just have to accept that you're not going to win the argument in the moment. Just let it go.
Because those
dude.
holes are going to have to be filled by me.
Yeah, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Here's the thing. They won't be filled by you. It's the same reason with my dad. He'd get upset because at the end of the day, you're going to hire somebody to fix that anyway. So what?
This is girl math. A guy's going to come in here and spend a bunch of money, and then it's only going to be like $10
This
to
might
have
be
him.
Christian might have girl math. When I got my first GT3 RS, I took Christian to a car show, and we went to a fucking Starbucks, and he got coffee. And my man spilled half the coffee on my fucking Alcantara, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? And he literally responded like, it's fine, don't worry about it. I'm just like, this is my car. Like, what do you mean don't worry about it? What does that mean, don't worry about it?
All right,
It's not don't worry about it, but it's like, I know Max is just, anyways, when we go to sell the house, Max is going to call Jose and be like, fix this, fix that, fix this. Because here's the thing. You just I can do it because I've done it before in my dorm room. You take the cock thing.
The cock?
Hey, what we do in our private time is up to us, Taylor.
Max going to fill all those little holes.
You fill the holes.
There we go.
I have one more girl math. I really want to talk about this one last girl math example. If you return an item that was $90.
No, $90 to spend.
Did you make $90? Is that the question?
You've made $90. Then if you were to buy something that is $100, you only spent $10.
Oh man.
I do that math a lot when I buy cars, so I kind of agree there a little bit. Like, I'm like, oh, my trade-in's 50, so I only had to spend 20.
I told you, Joe and I think very similarly.
I might be a girl.
He is a girl when it comes to spending.
That's why I should have gotten invited to the gingerbread house.
You would have been better than all of us, and that's not fair.
Would you consider yourself a basic girl?
Fuck no.
Say basic bitch.
What is the definition of a basic bitch?
I'm not like taking fall pics in the
Or
leaves.
hard, sorry.
You 100% are taking fall
hey.
pics.
Not in the leaves.
Yeah.
They don't.
The
There's
minute y'all have a
there's-
fucking child, there's like a pumpkin patch photo with like plaid
No.
shirts.
I mean-
Y'all's kid's gonna be named fucking like Braxton or some shit.
Oh no.
What do you think? What do you think is the definition of a basic girl?
I mean, I guess I am basic. I'll say I'm basic.
She's like, wait a second. I just thought about it.
I mean, I'm not like drinking PSL.
What would be three key
Joe-
characteristics?
PSL?
Can I just tell you?
What is a PSL?
Pumpkin spice latte.
The fact that you abbreviated it.
PSL. It's because basic girls would know. You love a good Starbucks drink. You are a Starbies in the morning type of person.
That's me.
You girl math frequently, and you love a good aesthetic. So technically, Joe might be a basic bitch.
I have no aesthetic.
Joe, you are an
I have
aesthetic.
a black fucking rug
Joe's
in my
an
house. It
aesthetic.
looks
Would you
stupid.
not say Joe acts more like a girl than most girls?
Oh, for sure.
What the fuck?
Joe's favorite thing to get every day is Starbucks.
Why
He
coffee is not bad.
Starbucks
You
is
out-
a basic girl
You
drink.
out
No, it's
Starbucks
not.
me, and I am like
I like coffee.
I do too, but I'm like I can make coffee at home with the
I can't do
espresso that you bought
Not
me
what
last
I
year for
get.
Christmas.
I can't do that. My coffee's too special.
Hey, girl math. If money's loaded on your Starbucks card, it's free.
It is free.
You ain't getting it back off. So yeah.
So if I feel like getting Starbucks might be, I would say at the top of basic girl things.
Ugg boots, plaid shirts.
I don't wear plaid.
That's top.
And these aren't Ugg boots; they're Ugg slippies.
You know, as Joe, I feel like for you, because you're like, I mean, you're overthrow the government, anti-establishment.
Yeah.
You know, like
Man.
for everything that you represent, it's actually kind of wild to think that you get Starbucks exclusively every day.
I've said this before, but like I don't care what I like the coffee. I
That's like
don't
not
care.
the best
There was a
coffee.
while back where like right now Starbucks is in some hot water because they donated money to Israel or something.
I think
they did something.
they're in a little bit of hot coffee.
They did
Yeah.
something. But like a while back, they like didn't support they did something, and someone commented at one point was like, well, "You're so disgusting getting Starbucks while they're like not."
Oh, they
like,
didn't.
Dude,
They didn't support police
I don't give
officers
a shit.
at one point.
If Starbucks tomorrow said we are going to kill every white man over this like height of 6 foot, I will still be in line tomorrow morning and get my fucking coffee. I
As he's
do not
6'5"?
care.
I care.
I'm fine. Like you, as a company, I don't care what you do. I just want the coffee.
I just don't think a lot of companies should get into like political climates.
Besides Balenciaga.
That was fun.
They went a little too far.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
not cool with
bad.
That one.
I don't wear B.
Yeah.
My favorite sunglasses were Balenciaga, and I don't wear them anymore.
And Disney. Disney's kind of stupid right now.
Disney's also in the hot water.
So nothing a company does could affect you.
I don't think so, no. Not if I like the product. Like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is fucking good. If Chipotle. Do you think there's anything Chipotle could do right now where you'd be like, I'm not eating Chipotle anymore?
If when I was like checking out or something, I could see in the back they have like a whole bunch of golden doodles and they're about to give it a treat. And
No,
right,
but that's
and right before
different.
they take it, they like
That's
pull the
not
treat
the
away.
same. I'm saying if tomorrow Chipotle said fuck dogs,
But Max doesn't
you're
pay
still gonna go to Chipotle. Like,
But Max doesn't pay attention to like things in the political climate.
no, I'm just saying
that.
like some products are so good. Like I don't care what you do. I'm gonna eat like Chick-fil-A. I'm cool with gay people. I don't care, but the chicken's really good. It's a good champ. Like I just want a chicken sandwich. I don't care. It's fine.
So you're super for Starbucks.
Yeah.
Every single day. Hot debate between
Yeah.
Taylor is when sometimes we'll go in the morning on Saturdays or something. We'll need to go into Target, and then Taylor goes, "Hey,
I don't like Target.
Can we stop by Starbucks?" And I say, "Well, luckily for us, Taylor, there's a Starbucks right in
It's not the same.
Thank you. It's not the same.
the Starbucks in Target is the same."
No, it's not. The Starbucks in Target is a Target
logo
employee.
is right there.
No,
The
I
cups are-
know, but it's a Target employee working at a Starbucks. It's not the same.
It's not like an actual Starbucks employee that's an actual.
Wait.
barista.
So you're saying the problem is the person isn't as skilled. You're not saying it's different ingredients or anything like that.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes
It's
not
cheaper.
those, but like the Barnes and Nobles one. Like sometimes those are Starbucks coffee, but it's not a Starbucks.
Yeah,
It's like if it says like powered by Starbucks or whatever, like it's not actually a Starbucks.
They use
it's
the
just
co-
they use the beans.
the Starbucks grounds.
It's like I don't know how they get away with that, but yeah, it's not.
It's
not
like
actually Starbucks.
it's powered by Starbucks, so it's using Starbucks.
There's
products.
different Starbucks too. Like the one by my house, phenomenal. The one over here sucks. Like you got to know where you're going.
You have to go to a Starbucks Reserve, which they don't have one in Houston,
Yeah,
but the
no.
one in Dallas is
one on the
iconic.
Domain.
It's one of my favorite places.
There's different levels of Starbucks. I order the same drink every morning, and I
It's
get
a
a
brown
different
sugar
fucking drink every morning.
Venti brown sugar shaken espresso. When they had you like cold foam on top.
Oh yeah, everyone always asks me, what does Joe get in his coffee? Like, what is the go-to?
It's
Right now, that's not my secret one. I used to have one that
What's
like
the secret
everyone
one?
don't worry about it. No one knows
no
that
one
one.
has to know, but
The brown sugar is the current OG.
brown sugar shaken espresso with oat milk.
BSG.
With a
I am a basic bitch.
yeah,
I mean,
BSG with cold foam on top.
Yeah, it's so good. But here's the problem: you can order that drink 5 days a week, and you will
it's not
get
gonna
a
be the
different
same.
drink 5 days a week. Sometimes it's missing something. Sometimes it's got too much milk
welcome
in it.
to
sometimes
raw
got-
ingredients mixed together, Joe.
No, they have containers.
They have to.
You know how
measure-
you're
there's
like,
a-
why don't they put
measure-
on
they
their
measure things
tripods?
out.
They do. It should be the same every day. There's no reason it's
It's
different
like
every day.
it's like your Domino's. You're like, why is my pizza not the same every Sunday
that
that I
pisses me
eat?
off.
See?
I eat
That's
it.
how
It's the
Starbucks
same
is.
thing. Because they measure everything the same.
Yeah.
It should be the same.
It's a crapshoot. I'm not gonna lie. That drink that she told you all about, $8, $8.67. It's almost $9.
It's $8.76.
And sometimes you get it, and it's just a fucking cup of burnt milk.
Yeah.
Do y'all
Mine was really strong this morning.
are you tipping at Starbucks in the drive-through?
Hell no.
I tipped this morning just because the guy was
What?
nice.
I don't
but-
tip at Starbucks.
But normally no.
You're already getting paid to make my coffee. They're not like.
But it's
you
like-
don't get paid on tips at Starbucks. They're not making $3 an hour plus
They're
tips. They're
making,
making
like-
a full. They $15 an hour.
They're
I
like
think.
$17 an hour.
Yeah, they don't need a tip. You're good.
I'm like, I tip you if I'm like in a nice mood, but I'm like, again, it's like how you say it's a service. Like, how am I going to tip you if I don't know that my coffee's good? What if my coffee's trash? Then I just wasted $2 on you. Mm-hmm. But if I'm in a funny, goofy mood, maybe I'll tip you. Maybe if you're nice, if you tell me my dog's cute, yeah, I'll give you $1.
If the barista's cute, she's tipping them. How you feel about that?
She better not.
Absolutely not.
She better not. We don't. No. Can you? When you said the barista's cute, do you think in relationships you can acknowledge if someone else is attractive, like in a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if there's an age gap too. Like I think if you see a very attractive 50-year-old woman, you're allowed to be like, that's a very good looking woman.
Like, you think Gal Gadot is stunning, right?
Well, that's just a fact.
Exactly.
Really?
She's beautiful.
Yeah,
she was
and
Miss Israel.
And like Margot Robbie's mid.
I will fuck you up
Margot
right
Robbie's
now
hot.
on this.
I'm just kidding. That was like.
I still think
internet
Megan
thing.
Fox is hot.
Megan Fox is hot.
I've been living that life since
my
I was like
girl.
Transformers 1.
So how far into like acknowledging someone's beauty before you're like, all
Here,
right.
I'm gonna
all
say
right,
what all the
chill.
girls are thinking, but none of them want to say it.
Okay.
I think as long as that girl is not attainable for you, it's okay.
That's what I was
No,
thinking.
I
'Cause
don't
I was like,
care.
If
is
you
it a
say Megan
celebrity?
Fox is hot, it's fine. But if you say like some random chick at the Target that like said hi to you is hot, like you don't do that.
I don't
You
think-
cannot
I would
acknowledge
agree with that.
But I
Yeah.
don't think that because
If a girl walked by and said, "Oh, hi Max," like I'm a huge fan, and she walked off and Max said, "Wow, that girl's really attractive,"
It's
you would be
happened.
like,
it has happened. And
When
I
has
just-
that
happened?
ever happened?
I can tell you the
"Shit."
exact time
Oh.
that it happened.
See,
Walk us
the
through
fact
that.
she has a time. Don't
Walk
do
us
that.
through
It
this.
happened
Because
at
I'm going to defend myself.
No, you did nothing wrong. You were super nice because you introduced me right away. But it was at the Coachella event for Dark Sport. Like this girl came up to you, and I was leaving the bathroom, and she's like, "Oh my God, Max tuning," and I don't think she realized I was behind her. And then she like went up to go like say hi to you, and like was talking about you in the bathroom. And then went to go say hi to you immediately after she had just left the bathroom.
That's what Taylor did the first night she met me.
That's not what happened. But left the bathroom and she like went to like, so it's like this dark sport athlete and she was like, "Oh my God, Max tuning." And I was like, I know my future fiance is hot. Let's get it started. But it's just like, I'm like, I don't really care.
That wasn't.
But like she like went and talked to you, but you introduced me immediately. But
No,
if a hot-
the
but-
example was that I've said a girl is attractive and
Oh no, not that you said, but like she was no. Like she was objectively, she was an attractive girl.
Yeah, but he didn't
and-
say that.
But a guy
But
can
if
think
he
it.
did,
but like,
you would be upset.
If I think a girl, I have high standards. So if I think a girl's attractive, Max will obviously think that girl's attractive because, let's be honest, like men think most girls are cute, and
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
it's
they're
not.
like,
Can
okay.
you think it is acknowledgement? When is he allowed to acknowledge? that
He,
the girl's
he
good
can
looking girl?
acknowledge anytime
All right,
he wants.
here's a scenario. Here's a scenario. Not necessarily me specifically. You think in general. Let's say someone has a business and they are about to hire a new assistant for their business. As a man own the business,
Assistant to the
or a
regional
girl
manager?
could own the business. Doesn't matter. Someone owns a business, and the person they're hired that they think is best for the job happens to be very attractive. That the person's significant other is like clearly that person's attractive. Would you? Okay, well, both of you. Would you be bothered if I had a very attractive assistant?
You did.
And would you be bothered if like you were dating a girl and
It took me a second.
and she had a business and her assistant was a guy who was very attractive?
Literally in my head, I was like, Oz? Like,
he's dating Jan.
I'm talking about a new scenario.
I'm like, you worked with Mona.
A
Mona's hot.
new scenario.
I wouldn't care.
I'm not
Would
cool with
you?
it.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
If
I
my
wouldn't
wife
care.
was like, "Oh, we just hired this new guy," he was like Brad Pitt, I'd be like, "That's not cool."
I wouldn't care.
What if you're like, I have to
Because
I have
here's
to
the
stay
thing.
a little later today?
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, there's always going to be somebody funnier than you. There's always going to be somebody prettier than you. But there's nobody that's going to be me.
I can say this with full honesty. There is no one on this planet that is more beautiful than you.
That's not true. But thank you. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
There's a
So-
lot of people more beautiful than you, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
For sure.
But I just don't care. Like I have enough security in myself and our relationship that I'm just like whatever.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just hanging out with mom and dad over here. Dad's old as shit and mom's younger than me.
Yeah, but look how like we're.
I'm the stepmom.
You know what
This is
I've
weird.
learned? Like the older I get, like so I think like Joe, you're dressed in chinos right now. Okay,
These aren't chinos. Are these chinos?
Yes,
these
they're
are-
chinos.
I think these are jeans.
jeans are denim.
No, these are paid. These are nice jeans, actually.
That's
That's
a chino.
not a jean. Are you?
They're made by a
stupid?
jean company.
Levi's?
No.
Do you know what? Do you know what a jean is? It's
Page, I think.
denim.
Page denim? Those are good. That's
These-
good
I mean,
denim.
I guess
Denim.
denim would be.
That's not denim,
That's
but-
not denim.
This
That's
is from
chino.
Page.
That's
But
chino.
Page,
That's
but
chino.
Page denim was their brand. But that's
I don't
chino.
know what I
I can pull
am.
them up real quick.
That's a chino.
Okay, cool.
That's a chino.
Yeah.
I'm over here wearing joggers.
Honestly, I'm proud of you, Joe. You really have stepped up your style game.
Yeah, they're a little baggy though.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about is stepping up
we
the
hemming?
style game because Taylor has made comments that
Yeah.
that I wear the same thing all the time.
You dress
do.
like an old man.
That's not true.
I wear
My grandpa
joggers.
used to wear that every
I
day.
wear joggers on
I
like
doubt
a
it.
day to day. I wear like joggers and like a graphic tee. But at what point are you like overly dressing for events that
But it's not that I care about what you wear to your day to day, but like when I just want you to have versatility in your wardrobe. I want you to like be able to like if we go to dinner.
yeah, I
you're
have black joggers and tan joggers.
That's not what I'm talking about. It's not. That's not versatile. That's like your basic things that you. It's like your uniform that you wear every day, and that's fine. Like you do dress well for yourself. I will say that you clean up very nicely, but you should have versatility in your closet to like not be wearing the same outfit over and over and over again.
I wear
And,
the
like,
same thing every day.
I know you do. So honestly,
I think it's a flex.
It's not a flex.
It is. I
You should
think
be
the
a-
fact that like if I go to a steakhouse and I'm like I'm gonna wear Lululemon shorts and a t-shirt and people are like, you can't wear that there, like I can and I will.
But you can, but it's like, why not dress nice for yourself? You've taken pride in dressing a little bit nicer. I will say that about you.
Sometimes.
That's because I gave him sour strip shirts.
Honestly, Max said don't wear shorts. So I was
No,
forced to wear pants and
no,
I only
those
had
are nice.
like two.
I like those
No, but that's
pants.
the only reason I'm wearing these.
No,
if
but
we
I
were
do-
over at that set, I'd be wearing shorts.
Shorts. I know.
100%.
I do like these pants. But Max, you also have kind of stepped up your game, like where you're allowing me to like push you into different kind of items that like spruce up your look a little bit. It's just being different. You don't have to wear the same thing over and over
Also
and
helps
over
that
again.
EF doesn't make clothes anymore. So because for a while you'd only wear EF, but now you can't.
I
only
am.
wear EF.
I'm wearing all EF.
You are right now,
EF
yeah.
joggers, EF shirt, EF bomber. I just feel like certain scenarios, I feel like I'm dressing up for no reason. Like let's say it's like, hey, it's a Saturday. Okay, let's just say it's Saturday, and you're going to get Thai food 2 minutes down the street with your friend.
You don't have to dress up
You're
for
like not
that.
dressing up, but let's say there's a Thai restaurant, same level of class, but it's downtown. Why
Different.
I
would?
wouldn't dress up.
But see, Taylor would dress up.
Yeah.
I would wear joggers.
Someone might see
But
you.
you have to understand, like, so I think about it this way is that, like, I even joked with it when I was with Jenna and Landry in Dallas. I was like, the way I dress in Houston versus the way I dress in Dallas, two different girls. Because in Dallas, like, this is like bumming it, like my outfit now. But in Houston, like, this is like kind of dressed up cute. Like, you dress all out when we go out in Dallas. Like,
You
even
think
to
Dallas is nicer than Houston?
yes.
I think it's just different like areas because I'll see TikToks when I'm going to the bathroom or brush my teeth, and there'll be
Two particular cases.
whether it be guys or girls, and it'll be like, here's my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday different outfits, and like the guys or the girls have all these crazy outfits. I'm like, you are not wearing that shit every day.
I
Yeah,
bet you
no.
they are.
You're
and
not
I probably will.
changing your outfit and
This is
wearing
the same as the fucking girl influencer. Like, here's my daily life. Like, no, it's not. You fucking spend all day making the video about what you supposedly do all day.
This is a hot topic for Joe. Joe loves to rant about this one. Am I
rant,
wrong?
rant about it.
Bitches.
I feel like just getting older changes the way you kind of like look at Steve Jobs wore the same.
Turtleneck.
A lot. If you want to look into that, a lot of billionaires do wear the same thing every day. And like, so Tillman Fertitta, billionaire here in Houston, he wears like black jeans, black shirt every day. And I think at one point someone asked him why, and he was like, "That's my whole closet." He's like, "I have so many fucking things to worry about.
That he doesn't worry about his
what I'm
clothes.
wearing in my day is not what I want to worry about. So I put the same thing on every day, and
the
I worry
thing
about
is-
things that matter."
I
agree with that.
You don't have to worry about it because, like, if you asked me to, I would put out your outfit for you every single day.
Would you?
I would.
Yeah, Elon's like black jeans.
I
and
would.
shirt
I
every
would
day.
like if you wanted me to pick out your. I mean, I do it when we pack. Like
She does.
When I pack for him, I pack all. When we travel, I
I'm
pack.
just throwing shit in a box.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
all right, I'm
it's,
good.
It's one of the best.
It's his favorite feature of a fiance.
It's the
even
fiancé
a girlfriend
package.
or a girlfriend. But I pack every single outfit where I'm like, okay, I think this, and this would look good. Like when we went to Vegas, I was like, you should wear this one night for the festival. You should wear this when we go out to go see the show. Like, I give him outfits, and I genuinely love it. It's like if you wanted me to do that for you every day, I would.
Speaking of stuff like that you would do in relationships, you've heard comments before, like on social media, where like girls will say, like, don't give him the wife package when you're just a girlfriend, or like,
You can't be doing wifey level shit on a girlfriend's salary.
okay, I think there's some depth to that. There's some depth to that.
That's the comment. I don't agree with it though.
Because if you wanted to get to that level of having the wife status or fiance status, I think it's a bold strategy, Cotton, to downplay what they could be getting in the end.
Because
Yeah.
how would I know?
Yeah.
I don't think it's important.
I haven't
like
seen
that.
this on social media.
No, it's like a huge thing that girls do, and I don't understand it. And I'm like, at the end of the day, like my thing, like with Max and I, why we work so well is like I want to make Max's life easier in any way possible. And I'm like, yes, I might be his girlfriend, but I'm gonna still do the same shit that I'm gonna do when I'm a wife. So I'm gonna clean the dishes, I'm gonna do the laundry, I'm gonna make the bed, I'm gonna clean the house as much as possible. Like I'm gonna make him dinner. Like, I don't think I should be stopping any of that just because I'm a girlfriend. It's the same thing. It's who I am. It's not just because I'm a wife, I'm doing that. It's because that's who I am as a person. I want to make your life a lot easier for you. Like, Max tried to take away my laundry duties. He's like, do you like doing laundry genuinely? And I was like, yeah, I love it.
Well,
I hate doing dishes, but I do it. But I
I-
hate dishes. I don't like touching people's
Well,
half-eaten
like
food.
dishes, for example, like I'd say we pretty evenly both
Do,
we clean
yeah.
the dishes. Like I'd say very evenly. But laundry, I don't like doing laundry.
He
I've
hates it.
never used a laundry machine.
Just like with I had to rake, and I've had to I've had to mow and rake lawns since I've been like old enough to walk, like from Virginia to mowing like acres of land multiple times a week to just, which a lot of people do. But when I got to a point in my life when I could, pay someone to mow my lawn, I was like, I'm gonna do this because I hated doing it as a kid, right? So I'm like, okay, I take that off my plate. Great, they have a business. I'm supporting their business. I don't want to do it. Boom. That's what I feel like the point of a lot of money is to like make your life easier, throughout the thing. And I do not like doing laundry because I hate folding clothes. I hate I just don't like doing it. So Taylor says she likes doing it. So I asked her the other day. I was like, hey, I just want to make sure that, like, if you're doing laundry on a Sunday, for example, and I'm playing a game or watching TV, I don't ever want to feel like I'm not assisting you doing laundry when I'm very upfront going, hey, if you like doing laundry, that's fine. But if you don't, I don't want to do it, and I'm willing to pay someone to come and do the laundry for us because I never want like you to be like, oh, Max never helps with laundry. It's like I'm upfront. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to help with it because I hate doing it so much that I will pay someone to do it.
I started doing your laundry really, I feel like,
But like
really
dishes,
early.
I don't care.
Yeah, dishes are
That's
different.
one that I don't know because I pay for a
Cleaning service?
Yeah, I play cleaning service. I don't know if I like got in a very serious relationship tomorrow if I would be like, hey, I want to back off some of that and you handle some. Like, if you already paid for it before you get a girlfriend and they're like, hey, I want to help out, are you like, nah, don't worry about it? Or are you like, okay?
I mean,
This is the exact thing I wanted to get into. Gender roles between men and women. Go.
I think early on to our relationship, I immediately was like, I want to take care of things. Like, I want to help you. Like, I would stay over and like say that like we have people over, like the house is a little dirty. Like, I pick up and clean where I need to. And like, if I'm doing laundry, like I'd help like put away his clothes. I'd fold his undies into little nice squares or rectangles. And
Fold your underwear?
Yeah, I fold everything. I do everything for him. And
does.
and I genuinely enjoy it. Like how I said, I love my alone time. Like I find my cleaning, like when he's doing video games, I'm like, great, leave me alone. I'm going to clean the entire house. Like I enjoy it.
That sounds great.
But sometimes I feel some type of way
Don't.
when Taylor's cleaning because it's more like I feel like you could look at it and go, why don't you go help? But in my mind,
I don't need you. I don't want you to.
But see, yeah, I always like had this like qualm with myself because in my mind I'm like if Taylor didn't exist, I would pay a cleaning company to completely just I don't want to like I'll do basic stuff. I'm not like wipe my butt, right? But I tried out a cleaning service one time with that. It wasn't super effective.
Not a good wipe.
But I guess it's like the struggle I have is sometimes of if she's doing laundry or cleaning and I'm just want to lay around, I feel lazy.
No, don't. Because I
don't think so.
genuinely
Would you feel
enjoy it.
lazy if Max was like, hey, I'm going to go mow the yard in the back? Would you be like, oh, I have to do something now? Or would you be like, no, that's fine?
I'd be like, that's
Yeah,
fine.
see?
But he would
I'm not
never.
mowing the lawn.
I actually do like the big leaf blower guy.
There's certain
Like the
things
blow
that
leaves.
I enjoy doing. Like I just don't like.
You love organizing.
I love power washing. That's my one thing that like I love to power wash.
We power
It's
washed the house
therapeutic.
once, and Max was like, "I am paying."
No,
you to
it's
do
so
this
much.
again."
Especially if you do like close, like not like the like overall, but like you're going like inch by inch and
Yeah.
you see the dirt coming off. Like that's
It's your like
that's
OCD,
great.
like
Yeah.
perfectionism.
I power wash my backyard like when I used to have a backyard, and I don't have a power washer anymore, dude. I have nothing to live for.
What's your thoughts in general on like men and women gender roles?
I think it's just a
Like
balance.
traditional gender roles.
My mom took care of the house when we were growing up. I feel like that's what I was raised into. I feel like that's what's normal. I mean, I don't know. I look at it. This is going to be a hot take, but like, are you paying rent?
No. And
That's how I would look at it. I look at it like I'm paying for all the food. I'm paying for the house, the roof over your head and stuff. And on the offset of that, like occasionally you take care of the house. Like I feel like that's a fair trade.
But it's like
I'm not expecting it,
No.
but I feel like it's a fair like.
No, I think it is a fair trade. Like I like how Max said, like this is like we've talked about this. Like I do have a job. Obviously, I work. I make money. For those that don't think that I work or make money, I do. But like when it comes to the house, Max pays for pays for the bills, like pays for that. But like my job is like he secures me as like his future wife, and I secure him as like I make your life easier. I'm taking things off your plate that you shouldn't have to worry about, and that's fine.
I agree with that 100%.
And I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, well, like, how can you say you're like a feminist? I'm like, I'm not a feminist. I'm an equalist. I'm like, men and women should be equal, but there's nothing wrong with being in your feminine and taking care of your husband in that way because he's also financially taking care of you. I think phrasing, you said it in the last podcast that you were on with Maxx, not the one with Sholly, but when you were at the table, where you're like, raising a family and taking care of everything for like your family is not easy. It's not an easy job.
I couldn't do that.
It's not an easy job. And so it's like there's a lot that you have to handle and take on. And I feel like I hate where we are in society that people like downplay the role of being a mother. I'm like, because you have to remember at the end of the day, like, think of all the things that your parents did for you, like your mom showing up for you. That's not a fucking easy job. So don't fucking come at me.
You think once you have a kid, you'll start doing more like all right, scenario, Taylor just popped out a kid. She's got to take care of the baby. Sheets need to be washed tonight. Maid can't come.
I'd still do it.
You just had a baby. You can't do it. You're going to have to step up.
I would hire people.
Like, I need you here right now.
I thoroughly, and I feel like it comes off in some sort of way, but it's like, hey, what are some things that you hate doing around the house that you just don't like doing, that you end up doing? What if you have the ability to someone else who wants to do that in return for monetary compensation? You support them.
I'm not proud of this, but like I think the first time I ever used a dishwasher, I was like 24 years old.
That's embarrassing.
I've never used, because I mean, I had my mom, and then I had the stepmom, and then I moved in with Christian, and we had a cleaning lady, and then it wasn't until
the things that I probably
used dishwasher twice in my whole life.
The things that I probably won't be doing, I'm not going to be on my knees, like cleaning the baseboards, cleaning the tile. Like I don't need to be cleaning the showers. Like I think deep cleans like that, we have our cleaning services to do that. Like, but I do clean the entire living.
Vacuum?
I love a good.
I just bought a $1,200 Dyson vacuum.
Nice one.
It's my pre-Christmas
laser
gift.
technology.
Yes,
laser technology.
I love a good vacuum, but I think that's the OCD in me. Like how you love power washing. Like I love seeing the lines in the carpet of the vacuum. It's my favorite thing. I love it. That and the smell of laundry.
I just have so many vacuum jokes that come to my head that I just holding back on. Do you
just give us one, dude.
Yeah,
No.
just
give us one.
Say it.
It involved sucking. Okay?
I knew it,
I'll
obviously.
say that. I was gonna say something about Joe. No, okay.
You want me?
Joe loves a thing that can suck, probably.
I don't know when I was going with it. No. Okay, no. When I have kids, I'll actually be stoked when they get older because then I can save money.
Use them as child labor.
This is girl math.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save money on my cleaning services because I have children now, and I will teach them responsibilities like mowing the lawn. I no longer will need lawn service because I will have a 10-year-old.
And they will be making their beds.
It'll cost you more money.
They'll be
a lot more.
They will.
Yeah.
But they'll be vacuuming their rooms. They'll be taking care of things as well. They'll be doing the
Y'all's
dishes.
kids aren't doing shit.
Yes, they will.
No, your kid's playing
Have you
Fortnite
met-
all fucking night.
That's not true.
My dad's Mr. Candyman. I don't have to do anything in life.
Absolutely not. You haven't met me.
Y'all's kid's gonna be a little snot nose.
No, absolutely not. Maxx is going to be like the yes man. The kids are going to love their dad because their dad's great and he is great. But I'm going to be like,
That's me, by the way.
yeah.
I'm
gonna be like the bitch mom that's gonna be like, Mom told me no, but Dad, please. Probably.
Would you get an argument? I guess would you get with me and you if you ever find anyone? But like if mom said no to the kid or yes to the kids, when you said no to the kids, do you get an argument with the other parent of saying like, no, I told them no?
This is gonna sound rude. This makes me look like a bad person. I don't like to do arguments, so
No, there's
typically
nothing wrong with that.
I think in that situation, like I told him, yeah, it's fine.
So say that your future wife was like say your kid's failing, say they have C's or D's right now.
Hey, nothing wrong with C's or D's.
I was a strong D student.
Oh God, no. I was all
Sometimes
A's.
C's.
I was like top 20 in my class. I was a smart little cookie. But so
You
say
went to a stupid school though.
so did you.
Clements? You kidding me?
Well, you were.
I was minority.
Fight.
Yeah, you were.
I was bottom 1,500.
That's-
the top 800 kids had a 4.0.
Yeah, I had.
We had the best. I'm not going to say anything
I was
about races
I
here.
was. I know you did.
We had the best tennis team and the best swim team.
The volleyball
We were
team was
very, very
trash.
bad at anything that required.
Anything that required baseball, basketball, football.
Yeah, that's all we'll say about
volleyball.
our school.
Yeah,
But our math team, holy shit, we won every year.
yeah.
I had 290 kids in my senior class, and I was like
1,500.
I was like
Yeah, I had
260
over,
in the class.
I had over 1,000 kids in my class.
What?
Yeah, no, I was really bad.
He's like,
Yeah, that was
wait, but
pretty stupid.
Anywho, if your wife was like, okay, your kid's like on the brink of failing, like they're
Yeah.
a student athlete, they're on the brink of failing and like about to like get kicked out of their sports and like whatever that they're doing. And they're like, I'm going to go like out with my friends tonight. Like I'm going to go to this party or I'm going to go to this movie, and they have a project coming up or they have an essay coming up and they're not doing their work and they're already failing. Like, and the mom's like, no, you cannot leave. Like, you need to do your work. Like, you're grounded. Or they got caught doing something bad and you're like, I can't do, like, you cannot go out and do this. You're not going to fight back and be like, sorry, mom told you no, like, you can't. You're failing.
No. I mean, that particular case, I feel a little bit different because, like, as long as they are showing some kind of, like, initiative to do something, I feel like I'm okay with it.
Initiative to do something, but if they're like,
because like I was a bad student, like, but it wasn't because I was stupid. I just didn't care about fucking history.
But
I
you
wanted to learn about
should.
computers and stuff, and that has worked out very well for me so far.
Yeah, but like they should have some initiative in school.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it because, for example, I was a C student, through and through C student.
Yeah.
I just got C's, some D's here and there. I failed Spanish.
I got kicked out of Spanish. I'm not going to tell that story right now.
I took 3 years of Spanish and only got to Spanish 2. I'll put it that way.
I had to go to ASL.
Yes, American Sign
I got
Language.
kicked out of
Are you
Spanish.
fluent in sign language?
I know some stuff.
What do you
I know some stuff.
That's not even right.
So, but here's the thing: do you want your kids? Like, there's two ways to look at this. Okay, like I was a C student and I was a procrastinator. Okay,
Same.
so
Still
when
am.
you raise kids, do you go, that's just how also I learned, they'll probably turn out all right, or do you go, I want them to be better than me?
I do.
You have to,
I do.
You have to go that route. Yeah.
I do want my kid to be better than me. It's gonna be hard to do, but I want it. I was a nerd in school. Like I was a loser.
I'm gonna be so stressed because I didn't really blossom into like, oh, I'm gonna be all right until I was
25.
23.
It might be easier
Like,
for us though, because like when I was in elementary school and middle school, like we were making fun of the nerds. Where like now it's like cool to be a nerd. It's like cool to care now. You gotta care about the environment and stuff. It might be easier for our kids because like now it's cool to be really good at school. Where like when I was in middle school, like
the
we
jocks
were,
didn't care.
yeah, well,
The
like
popular
it was like
kids are,
funny, like, oh, you got good grades, like loser, like that was like a thing. Now it's the other way.
The thing is, like, my parents were on my ass about like school and like all my extracurriculars that I did. So I was in clubs and I was an athlete. Like I was a student athlete. I played lots of sports. So it's like
Matt's just too busy wrestling over there,
yeah, he was wrestling, getting
I was.
touching boys.
getting ringworm.
Wait, you got ringworm?
Yeah, multiple
Really?
times.
No, okay, here's what I thought though. Here's what I thought. I thought that I was getting ringworm because I was
Did
wrestling.
you see a ring?
I saw a ring. I'll show you
Okay.
on my arm right now.
You got one now?
I'm gonna let me go through. I thought I got ringworm a bunch when I wrestled, and then when I got older in life, even very recently,
Turns out it's just from hanging out with dudes.
I was like, oh crap, I got ringworm again. I used to get this a lot. So I went into the dermatologist. They looked at it, and it turns out it's a thing called
Not plaque psoriasis.
no,
plaque
it's
psoriasis?
a nummular eczema, which
Yeah.
means it's circular eczema. So you get these little like circles of like red fleshy patches on like your arm or something. And I thought it was ringworm. Turns out it's just eczema, just nummular eczema.
I get
So
it when I'm
now
stressed.
I don't think I've ever gotten ringworm.
Now I'm gonna start rolling around with dudes naked again.
We weren't naked. You wore a singlet.
I don't know.
They wore the little onesie.
Wrestling.
Bro, I was so good at wrestling.
He was.
I was good
I
at
wouldn't
wrestling.
brag about that.
What's wrong with wrestling?
There's a South Park episode on it. Just watch the South Park episode.
I get
explains
it.
Everything.
I think you're small-minded
Am I?
if you're just like rolling around in spandex with a bunch of dudes. Oh, derp.
Yeah.
You know what the kids that made fun of me for wrestling are doing? Probably a bunch of nothing. And guess
Maybe.
what? The wrestler is doing all right.
Yeah, all right.
I bet all my wrestling buddies are just
CEOs, Fortune 500
cajillionaires now.
companies.
You know why? Because we learned
You have a fight. in
that
you.
if you can wear spandex and roll around on the mat with your friends, you can do anything.
I
in
will
life.
say you're probably very comfortable with your sexuality if you're in male wrestling. Like you can't go into that like being a little curious. It's probably gonna end bad. Like you can't. What?
wrestling
Can't say
taught
that,
me
so no.
self-defense.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
You're not fucking using that. And someone pulls a gun on you. You're not like, all right, let me put my spandex on real quick. I'm gonna
No, I
take
don't-
care of you.
He's gonna do a hip throw.
I don't.
All right, turn around. Let me get behind you
No.
before we get into this fight.
No, Joe.
We'll start on the mat.
I don't need like. Who's a superhero that needs his costume for him to be a superhero?
None of them.
Okay, I'm like them. I don't need my spandex.
The mask.
I haven't wrestled since
Jim Carrey.
ninth grade. Okay,
Yeah.
but if you come at me, I am gonna
Spin you around so fast.
No, I am gonna people who know. I'm gonna single leg takedown and sweep your other leg before you could even say, "Hey, give me your money." No, you're already on the ground. Guess what? Full Nelson, illegal in wrestling.
Nelson?
Illegal in wrestling. You're getting a full Nelson.
What's a full Nelson?
So a half Nelson. You can only do a half Nelson in wrestling.
Okay,
You do
all
full
right.
Nelson. That is when I'm behind you, obviously, and I go under your arm, and I put like so imagine your arm's like this because I'm going under your arm, and my hand is on your neck. So your arm's like up like this because I'm like under it, right? Full Nelson, double. Can't do that.
Why can't you do that? It's illegal.
I don't have
somebody
time to
up.
explain the intricacies of wrestling to you.
We'll show you a video
but
later.
you can't do that.
Has anyone ever gotten? Have you been full Nelsoned?
Oh, I've been
Couple
full Nelson.
times.
Have you ever gotten an arm bar across your face?
Do you think the best wrestler versus the best MMA fighter, who's winning that fight?
MMA fighter.
Unless the wrestler sneaks up behind him.
But as long as you get him on the ground, bro.
I don't know.
If I take my forearm, it's called an arm bar. I
Yeah.
can literally dig it across your freaking head. I would end your life,
All right.
Joe.
Yeah. We'll let the comments dictate this one.
Let's wrestle right now. I'll
I'm
take
good.
you down so fast.
Yeah.
This turned real quick.
I'll
Yeah.
take you down so fast.
Well, I didn't bring my lube, so we can't. wrestle.
Well, it doesn't have to be sexual.
I mean, I know it doesn't.
You know, it's actually ignorant of you to assume that people who...
Bigot.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's just a cool thing to make fun of. It was like,
Okay, anywho, next.
it's a low hanging fruit.
Did you know Taylor's starting a podcast?
I am.
I was told about this. Yeah, I
He actually
put it there.
You actually said that it was the nicest thing that Joe might have ever said to me.
What?
Yeah, Joe doesn't say a lot of nice things to me, but he said that my logo that I made was actually pretty good.
I was impressed that you made it.
Yeah,
In 45 seconds in Canva.
Yeah.
I'm fucking talented.
I'm like a dad. The kid brings home like macaroni art, and like that, it's pretty good.
Good job.
It's not bad.
You thought Taylor's logo was macaroni art?
I thought it was gonna be way worse. I thought it was gonna be like a Times New Roman like Taylor podcast. Like I didn't expect it to be like a
No.
designed thing.
It's not even called that.
What's it called?
The Girls Social.
When's it start? Am I a guest? Can I
You
come on
can't-
that one?
Yeah, you can.
It's boys only. Girls only.
Joe is technically a girl at this point. We discussed, so he's allowed in.
Yes,
He could be
What?
my second. You can be our second episode. You could be our guest.
I'm down. Who
You
is
can
it?
sit-
Who
you
is
can-
our
It's me and Sydney. You can sit in that chair.
Sydney
Sweeney. She's friends with Sydney.
Ryan's-
Sweeney?
No, Ryan's girl.
Sydney's last name Sweeney?
No, it's McPhail.
Why'd you say Sweeney?
Because he's just being mean.
Oh,
What? That's not being mean.
No, he's just being silly goose.
I was expecting you to know who Sydney Sweeney is.
who's that?
You do know who Sydney Sweeney is. You said she's hot.
Like Sweeney Todd. You
she's
know,
in that-
like the
she's in that,
Fleet Street Barber.
No, she's in the movie with the.
She's the daughter of
Max,
Sweeney Todd.
Stop talking. When we went to the movies, Thanksgiving movie, the movie with Glenn Powell, the rom-com that we watched, and you and Matt were like, "Oh, she's so hot."
I don't recall.
Give me a second.
She's in Euphoria.
Never seen it.
She's got huge boobs.
That's not.
He's like,
Joe's
"Oh, I
like,
know."
oh,
that one.
huge boobs. So, okay, so what are you and Sydney going to talk about?
I've never seen that chick in my life.
Sydney Sweeney.
Okay.
Do you think Sydney Sweeney's hot?
She's hot.
She's not hot.
She's not mid for sure.
Just cap.
What do you got? What do you got? What are you girls going to talk about?
Really depends on the day.
Okay, I'm putting you on the spot.
It's gonna be like this, where it's just
Okay.
like a bunch of nonsense topics.
This is your podcast right
I'm
now.
not doing it
This
right
is your
now.
podcast.
I'm not doing
First
it.
topic. What would you talk about?
Well, the first episode's going to be talking about who me and Sydney. That's not even right grammar. Who Sydney and I are. And then we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about just like things in our lives, things that are going on, girl topics. We
Days
can
of
talk
our
about
lives?
days of our lives. Talk about girl math. Talk about hot things that are going on in the world for girls, for girly cues.
You have one episode.
No, just wait. Then we're going to go into secrets girls don't tell, where
Patriarchy.
I'm going to have my followers and Sydney's followers send in secrets and things that are funny that have happened to them, and we're going to talk about it on
Like what kind of secrets?
There's some crazy shit that I've been sent in my Q&As.
You know, whenever I see like girls that I follow on Instagram, and they post like, send me the craziest sex stories you've ever had, and they post like the anonymous like stories, and I'm like, none of these stuff happened. It'll be like
You
None of
never
these
know.
stuff?
it'll be like blew my teacher while he was giving a lecture.
How do you know that?
It could
How
have
do you know
happened.
No, it couldn't.
Dude, shit goes down. Honestly,
Zoom classes. It could have happened.
this is a hard one to talk about. Not really. But have y'all noticed that some of these teachers, the female teachers, they get caught having sex
careful.
with their
My
male
sister's a
students?
teacher.
I'm like, why would you tell? I've seen a couple of these where like high school student got caught like sleeping with his teacher and she goes to jail and I'm like, she's good looking. Like what high school male is like, oh my God, my teacher wanted to have sex with me. I need to tell the cops.
Joe,
It's
you're
not that.
You're the
It's-
problem.
Am I the problem?
You're the problem.
It's not that. It's the fact that like the kid probably slept with the teacher and then he probably told his friends and then
It's
it got
Like
around.
bragged about it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The reason
I mean, it's wrong.
it's wrong.
It's wrong
illegal,
either way. I'm
it's
just always like
gross.
shook when I'm like, oh, like, all right.
That's strange.
Oh,
Did y'all ever have teachers that were hot though?
yeah, 100%.
Same.
And if one of them was like, hey, I secretly wanted to get it on with you, I wouldn't be like, I need to call the cops right now.
I mean, none of my teachers have ever said that to me, but so this went south so fast, guys.
I don't know how to transition that one.
What's the next one? I'll help transition.
Let's think about it.
I want y'all to
You give me the next topic and I'll transition from that to this.
I want y'all to do it.
I don't know what
I
it
want you
is.
to assist. We're kind of in the wrapping up
We're
stages.
wrapping up already?
We've been an hour and 10 minutes.
It's not long enough.
That's
dude.
not long enough at all. People want more of us.
What's going on in your lives
How
right
long
now?
is long enough?
I think over an hour and a half is starting to get long.
Okay. Do we have 20 minutes to fill here?
Yeah,
we have
let's
20 minutes. What's going on in your lives right now?
Joe, what's going on in
You're
your
putting
life?
the pad down?
That's all you had?
That's all I had. I have to think up all these topics and run stuff.
That's why
and
you
then-
have a co-host.
And then if people, Joe doesn't bring anything to the table.
I bring a lot to the
brings
table.
He brings the camera that you are looking
I
at.
will add to your topics.
He also
I'll
made
bring
sure that-
topics if
he
you tell me
also
to bring the
made sure
topics.
that I didn't look as gross as you made me last time.
Yeah, Max.
I want your thoughts on these types of podcasts because I was stressed for a long time about always having to interview people
It
like
doesn't have to be an interview. The
The
thing
people
is, like,
have spoken. They like
The thing
this.
is, like, a lot of times, like, I went to school to do this. Like, I went to school to learn how to speak to people and talk to people. And nobody wants just a straight interview. The best interviews are when they're like a conversation with people. You're just communicating with each other, having a conversation, not just like, let me ask you a question, then you answer a topic. Does that make sense?
it does make sense.
Okay, cool.
How do y'all feel about college?
I love it. I think you learn a lot of fundamentals
Is your kid going to college?
if they want to.
Looking at the current state of colleges right now,
I will.
do you think that in
No.
18
Our-
years, assuming you have a kid next year, like is college still even relevant?
Because I'm going to put a blanket statement out.
yeah.
Not know
It's not
what our kids going
necessary
to do.
anymore.
Our kid, they're not going to be a doctor. They're not
How
going to
do
be a
you know
lawyer.
that? But how do you know that?
I just already feel because the way I'm going to raise them, they're going to be
Could be a lawyer, nerd.
they're going to be a wrestling Jeep fanatic.
Streaming. No, I mean, if my
Did
kid.
you go to school?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went to Sam Houston State University.
get?
I double majored in communications and broadcast production.
Have you used either of those?
I went to.
She's talking right now, communications.
I'm communicating
Yeah,
currently.
yeah.
I mean, I used communications.
Broadcast?
Yeah, I worked in sports before I started dating Max.
Do you know how to like set up a broadcast?
Yes.
Or is that not what that means?
No, I went to school to become a sports reporter, which is why I like sports.
Huh.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know you
think-
go to school for that.
Yeah.
I think by the time our
When
kids
does YouTube turn into a? By the time your kid goes to college, there's probably a YouTuber master
Class.
Yeah, no,
But
not a
their-
master class, like a fucking college where
Their
you go to
dad,
become a YouTuber.
their dad is a professor of the YouTube arts.
I already think that college is useless unless
don't-
you have no connections in the world. Like you have no way to get your foot in the door anywhere. You don't have a friend that has a dad. I mean, somebody, or you want to be something that requires a degree, like lawyer,
mean,
doctor,
yeah,
engineer.
I don't
yada,
think
yada, yada.
school's as important as it used to be, but there's so many fundamental things you learn in college as an adult that like do benefit you. Like you learn time management.
That's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of people's argument would be like, well, you mature when you
Yeah,
go to college and
yeah.
you learn time management and stuff. And my question to them is like, was it worth $100,000
I
to
didn't
learn
pay
how
that
to manage
much.
your time?
you couldn't put a price on it.
I can.
You can't put a quantifiable.
But it's an
Say you can
but
fucking
it's
go
an
get an
ex-
internship
It's
for-
an experience that you
Here's-
just can't.
Here's how I think happens in the world. I think I think for the most part, I think there's easy blanket statements of, can you learn everything like conceptually wise? Can you learn the things you want to learn in school? Could you learn those online?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. Like everyone can agree to these things. But what I've learned in life is that it's kind of like when I was super single, I was like, single life is the best, right? When I'm in a relationship life is the best. People who went to college are like, I really liked going to college because of X, Y, and Z. People who didn't go to college is stupid. It's all like based on like
what
your
you've done,
history with
yeah.
it. I don't think there's like a...
But I can say, like, I did not want to, like, when I graduated high school, my goal was to literally fly to New York City and sign to a modeling agency. My dad was like, absolutely not. You're getting your ass to college. Like, you're going to school. Like, I also wanted to play sports in college. Then I got hurt, like, decided not to play sports in college, obviously.
She used to be quarterback.
Yeah, I used to be a quarterback.
I have lots of topics coming to my head right now.
I was
All
a
right.
kicker, but the thing is, like,
Things are happening.
I originally didn't want to go to college, and then I went to college, and I created something and did something for myself that I am super proud of. Like, I am proud I got my degree, but at the end of the day, like, do I use it as much as I could have? No, but it's like, I do, like, one of the reasons I want to start a podcast is because I do miss, like, the way I felt when I was doing sports reporting. Like, I genuinely loved being in front of a camera. I loved having conversations with
Driving
people.
right now.
Like,
You're in front of 4.
I know, but like we used to use like the big industrial. Like, I worked for ESPN3. Like, it was my dream.
What's 3?
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
The Ocho. Lawnmower racing and dodgeball.
But no, anywho, I enjoyed it. Like, one of the reasons why I want to do a podcast is because I enjoyed learning about people and having conversations with people and communicating with people and like sitting down and talking. And that's like,
That came from college.
well, I always wanted to be a broadcaster. Like, my dream job growing up as a child was like, I will become Miss Universe and I will be on Good Morning America.
Max ruined the first part of that.
What?
Second question. Here we go. Because of who Taylor is,
Who
and
am
because
I?
you did
What is
modeling
Taylor?
and stuff.
Who
am
Well,
I?
I'm saying like the modeling aspect. I thought it was weird. So when I was dating someone in high school, the sister was very young, like 14.
Was she the younger sister?
Yes.
Okay,
Are we
that-
talking
that's
about-
usually
are
why
we
that
talking
happens.
About who I know?
Yes.
Okay.
And she got
I don't know who it is.
cosmetic surgery, like her lips and then her nose and then her tits, before she was like 16.
I love
As a
but
parent,
a lot of girls in
Okay.
this and where we
as
grew
a
up did.
father, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm getting a 16-year-old girl a boob job. Like, that's insane. But when I was in high school, like a decent amount of girls were getting like nose jobs and boob jobs and stuff. And I'm like, would you get, if y'all had a daughter and she
No.
was like, I want a nose job, like, are you like, okay? Or are you like,
I would say if when my daughter, if it's that bad for her and it really messes up her self-confidence, then sure, I'll get you a nose job. Like, a nose job is probably the first thing I would
Or
ever.
like lips. Like, I want
No,
lip fillers.
absolutely not.
Until they're like 18? Like,
Until they're 18.
What's the age?
Until they're old enough to make decisions for
I thought it was
themselves.
crazy that, like, I think if your dad's paying for your
but
boob job, you shouldn't be getting a boob
It's
job.
it's also illegal. If they're not of the age of 18, it is illegal.
I don't think so.
No, it is.
There were girls that got boob jobs when we were in
It
high
is
school.
illegal to get that done.
Is it?
Yes.
I feel like my son will probably have to get a penis reduction surgery like I did.
Hold up. Now we're going to get into dark territory here. So you're telling me that it's illegal for a girl to get a boob job before they're 18, but you
Yes.
can tell a kid they can change their sex at 12.
I just learned that you can drink with your kid if they're at your house.
Yeah.
Like your 15-year-old
I think so.
son or daughter could drink wine with you at dinner if you're
I
there.
don't think it's private property, so you can kind of do whatever the hell you want. I don't
You
know
just
how
have to
that
have,
works.
okay, so apparently it is illegal unless you have parental consent, which I just think
Yeah,
it's-
no, yeah.
But I think it's crazy if a parent's going to like be like, okay,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. That was wild to me that like
Because
your dad's paying for your boobs. That's a weird concept.
My face and
That's
my
not something
body
that should work.
completely changed from when I was 14, 15, 16 to now being
I
27.
heard that happens, yeah.
Like
Sometimes.
like I've never gotten plastic surgery. I've never gotten any like work done like that. And like I don't want to say I look completely different. I think I look the same, but like my face was not fully developed. Like I still had I had huge features growing up and like I grew into all of that. And like if I was to change that, like I would look completely different now. Like I think that's insane.
So
Unless,
no
like-
is the consensus here.
Do
No cosmetic surgeries until they're 18.
I mean,
And
unless
even then,
like if my
Bro.
daughter or son hates their nose,
what? Wait, Max is
then
like, hold on.
wait.
What?
Have you seen Taylor and I? You think that our children are going to need any sort of
All right,
cosmetic?
I'm gonna
They're going to be
fill y'all in on something here.
popping out like,
I
oh my god!
have noticed actually that
hot
I'm
people-
not going to say that y'all are good-looking people, but I have noticed
Say it.
that good-looking people have ugly kids.
Joe
I've
did-
seen that a lot.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I've
agree.
seen that
I
a
agree.
lot.
I
Where I'm in a
agree.
restaurant and I'm like, oh, they're very good-looking parents, and then the kid behind them, I'm like, what the
I'm gonna
fuck?
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
it's awkward.
I think that when you get in a relationship with someone, it should be legally obligated that you show before
100%.
cosmetic
Yeah.
surgery Because this could go for guys or girls, either one, right? But if
Pretty much girls.
it could go either way. If someone is super, super attractive because they've had a lot of work done to fix all the things that insecurities, whatever, right?
I pioneered this thought.
It doesn't matter like how they got to this point. They're like, they look different. And I'm assuming people get cosmetic things to make them generally more attractive, right?
Yeah.
So if you meet someone and you're this new person, but that's not your actual genes, because I had to do a lot of research, and it turns out if you get cosmetic surgery, that actually isn't going to how your children are going to turn out. So your kids are going to look like the old you.
Yeah.
And I know you should love them no matter what, but I think the other person should at least know
what you look like. I agree.
Perfect example of this, Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah, but I was an ugly kid and I turned out.
Khloe Kardashian, you look like Shrek 10 years ago. And now.
I still think she was beautiful.
I'm just saying, she is a completely different human.
person,
Her
but
face has fundamentally. What's wrong?
But her daughter.
Say I'm wrong,
can't
dude.
say
Why
these
not?
things about people.
Why? She looks
can't-
better now.
But she-
I'm a strong believer,
because beauty
actually.
is in the eye of the beholder.
No.
You can't say that someone
I
is.
can say that,
No one is
actually.
objectively ugly.
I also believe that if someone is fat, you're not supposed to call them fat. But if someone was fat and they lost
That
the weight.
will wrap up this episode.
No. Hear me out. I think if someone has lost weight, you can say you used to be fat. Is that not acceptable?
I think it's just frowned upon, and maybe it is.
I don't think so. Like if I used to be
Anxiety's
400
high.
pounds and now I weigh 200, I think you could say, hey, Joe, you used to be fat, but now you look great. That's not I don't think that's offensive.
I think you would say, you look amazing, great job on the journey that you've been
Maybe.
on.
I'm just saying I don't think it'd be offensive if you said
There's
I
like a
used to be
politically
fat.
right way to say it.
I'm just saying it
But
doesn't matter.
anywho,
I think if you're currently good looking but you used to be ugly, I'm allowed to say you used to be ugly. That's not offensive to say you used to be ugly.
I wouldn't say that you.
If you didn't used to be ugly, you wouldn't have
That would
spent
be a-
$800,000 on
That would
cosmetic
be
surgery
a
to fix
wild
it.
take to say, before you got all the work done, you were ugly.
I would venture to say that Khloe Kardashian has had over $1 million of plastic surgery done. And if she,
I think they all have.
If she, maybe.
Besides
if
Kendall.
she was beautiful before, why did you need to spend $1 million on your face?
It's not-
because self-confidence, I
my
think, is.
favorite,
then you
my
obviously weren't
favorite
beautiful
quote
before.
is, "I'm not ugly. I'm just poor."
Oh, that is a phrase.
That'd be my argument to that.
I'm like, I'm not ugly. I'm just poor. That's why I look the way I look.
I think that every single person has like body dysmorphia,
Oh,
self-doubt.
I
Yeah.
definitely do, because I think when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, I'm not that pretty, and I'm also not in that great of shape. But I'm like, a lot of people want to look the way I look, and I'm like, I don't
I think
understand
I'm
why.
short.
You've lost your damn mind.
A lot of times I'm too short.
I mean, yeah, but I've never, let me think.
I've been clinically
I've never
diagnosed with it.
had. I remember when my at one point in my life, my mom.
Ears.
I grew into my ears and my teeth.
Dude, I had buck teeth.
I had buck teeth and I had these big ears, same
Yeah,
teeth. I
same.
kind of grew into it, right? Mm-hmm. But at one point, because I used to it wasn't like kids making fun of me because I would just wrestle them to the ground. But like my mom knew that I acknowledged that I had large ears.
Yeah.
And then I remember her one time saying like, "Hey, if you would like, I can get this. It's called like ear pinning or something. Like they pin your ears back. So basically, instead of being like out here, they would pin them so they're a little more
Like Senna.
Yeah.
kind of, sort of. But they just like pin them back so they don't
Okay.
stick out as much. It was a thing. But I said like, no, this is how I look. Like it
Yeah.
is what it is. I've always been kind of.
Bro, I had huge
But then again, I had
ears.
braces and stuff.
I had huge ears and buck teeth, and I was like very self-conscious about it, and like everyone knew that. And we were like San Antonio or something, and my mom was like, yeah, let's do a caricature drawing. And the dude that drew the character, oh my God. I think I cried. Like he like turned it around and this dude drew me with like my teeth were like hanging out and like my neck and my ears were
It's
fucking.
just massive.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a
I mean,
terrible idea to let that guy draw
I
me.
was always made
Dude's
fun.
coming up.
Come here, bear. I was always made fun of for the way that I looked. Hey, Buggy, come here. I always was made fun of for the way that I looked, like growing up. Like boys were literally so mean to me. Like they told me that I looked like an alien, and that like my features were so big, and like because I had like really big lips and really big eyes and big, like I just had a big ass head. Like people called me a Bratz doll because my head was too big for my body.
Did y'all get made? I didn't really get made fun of a lot as a kid.
Oh, I did.
I was bigger than most people, so they usually just left me alone.
I feel like this is gonna
was
be
a
like
tall
I feel like
child.
this is gonna be something that people like oh, I'm sure you were, Max, but I was in the popular group.
I could see that though.
I would say same.
I felt like I was on the outskirts of it, but I was at the same parties that I was popular. I was
Yeah. I
not
was
that
never
matters.
like cool with the jocks, but I also like wasn't.
The way I describe
People really didn't fuck with me, honestly.
the way I describe it is that I was in the popular group, and I was like I have this like canon event in my mind like that happened. Sorry, Bear. Where like a guy that I met, I was hosting a Miss Sam Houston pageant like at my college, and he's like, oh, like I went to high school with you. Like I was like, oh my God, what year did you graduate? And he's like, we graduated the same year. And I was like, oh, like there was a lot of kids at my school. Like I'm sorry if I don't remember you. And he's like, yeah, you were just like one of the popular girls. And I was like, was I? Because like I knew I was friends with the popular group, but like those girls weren't always the nicest to me. They were horrible to me.
It's wild that like none of that popular stuff matters at all.
Oh no.
But in the moment it does.
I feel like in the girl realm,
it's more
it mattered
it's
more.
more
Yeah, like I
important.
don't think any of the guys at high school were like, I'm in the popular group. Like the girls like cared if they were in the fucking inner circle or not. I feel like it's guys we were just like, let's buy some weed from.
Did you ever get
some dude.
beat up as a kid?
I was punched in the face one time.
Were you?
Yeah, I got hit in the head with a rock one time too.
Why? What'd you
Just
do?
stupid stuff.
Just
The
being boys.
being punched in the face thing was I stole this. I didn't steal it actually. I was accused of stealing this kid's Bionicle, and he fucking punched me in the face.
A Bionicle?
Yeah. He also chased me down the street with a fucking weed whacker. He wasn't a normal kid.
He sounds like he has problems.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
what
it was
is
wild.
a Bionicle?
It was like Legos, but not Legos. They were like,
They're like little.
yeah, it's like middle school. It's probably like 6th grade, 7th grade.
You know, whenever I see like movies and stuff where kids are getting like shoved, I don't think anyone ever got shoved in a locker at my
Oh, I
school.
did.
I don't think kids were getting beat up in the bathroom. Was that just like my school?
We did, this sounds crazy, but they called them race wars.
Oh, I have a topic.
Well, in middle school, we had like the groups of, it was basically prison. They had race fights in the bathroom. So
Prison
you would go,
games.
yeah, no, literally. Like we would go into the bathroom during lunch and we would jump each other, but
What
no
the
face
fuck?
shots. You're only allowed to do body shots.
No touching of the hair
There
or
was
face.
like.
Yeah, no, it was like a real thing. And like I don't know why we did. Now that I think back, that's a weird thing
Wait,
to
the
do. but-
races would fight?
Yeah. Like you didn't fuck with the Mexican kid. Like the Mexican group would go in the bathroom and like they would fight the whites one day, and then the next day,
What?
like I swear to
weren't-
God, like if anyone went to First Colony Middle School, you knew this was happening.
What?
Yeah.
My middle school wasn't like that, but I did like I'll
that.
never forget it. Like my mom lost her shit. Like in middle school, a boy punched me in middle school, and then I fought him back, and then he didn't get in trouble, and then I got in trouble for fighting him back because he punched me. And then my head. So do you ever notice like the vein across my eye right here, and then like my vein right here on my face?
Yeah,
Like when
yeah.
I don't wear makeup, you can see it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But a girl, like I was drinking water like from a water fountain. We were golfing outside during PE in 7th grade, and she came and like
Golfing?
yeah, we were golfing.
You had golf at your school?
She shoved
Rich people's school do you go to?
wasn't, but that's just like was one of the things that like our PE coach.
Can you let
loved
her
golfing.
talk?
I'm sorry,
Joe?
that was a crazy.
I know our PE coach loved golf, so she like let us golf. Like we would,
Okay.
we learned how to like drive the ball. So basically, this girl like shoved my face into the water fountain, completely split my face open right here.
What's her
And,
name?
like,
I'm gonna look her up. Make sure she never gets sour strips ever again.
She's not in a good place, I can tell you that. But she ended up like getting kicked out of our school because she like was just like bad.
Maybe it was just my school. The worst, like, we would pants kids. We would pull their pants down.
That happened in our school.
You'd take their backpack and just pull their backpack down.
That was
we
fun.
would flip backpacks. That was the best. You'd turn the backpacks
Yeah,
inside
zip
out.
it from the.
Yeah, you'd do that.
You ever like teabag?
put your nuts on someone?
Yeah, like you'd like run
Yeah.
and jump and like
A lot
get
of,
on their neck
I
and like
feel
ride
like
them to the ground.
A lot of
That happened
basketball
lot.
players at my high school did that. They would like jump over.
Yeah, because you'd be like,
kids.
oh, like look how high I can jump, and then you would just.
That or they'd like a lot of the basketball players in my high school would like fake them out. Like they'd go in front of people and just like
We didn't do that.
They'd make people trip. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I've never actually tripped my entire life. Kind of a last little topic here. So again, when
I bring the best topics. Let's just.
no, you don't.
I do actually.
I feel like this one was kind of all over the place.
Next one, you need to
It
bring
got
topics.
spicier at the end.
I got a
because
feeling
joined
people are
in.
going to go, Max. I really liked all these Friends podcasts. This one kind of sucked. So when we were watching Ted Lasso, there's a scene, and I had a conversation with you about it last night. So you ever see in shows or movies where, I'm just going to use the easiest analogy of it, of like when someone's like watching a show or something, and all of a sudden like they're watching a show on a TV, like in the movie or whatever, and then like the characters in the TV start like talking to that person, and then they about what's going on, then they snap out of it, right? And it's just like a normal TV, right? Like things are not like
They're talking to you.
yeah.
It's called breaking.
They're breaking the third wall.
Third wall. Yeah. That's
Yeah. So like the TV would start talking to you,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
they
yeah,
start
yeah.
seeing stuff, and they snap out of it like, oh, that wasn't right, or like they go get a coffee and they're like,
They're
Are you
hallucinating.
gonna tell your like wife about like that you slept with that woman? And you'd be like, what did you say? And then the person, and then it would cut and be like, I asked like would you like a straw? And,
Yeah.
like those kind of scenarios. I realized last night, I'm like, are those actually things that could, like, do people actually experience that? Because I have never in my life, like, experienced something and then had to snap out of it and realize that something fake was not happening.
No.
I think hallucinations can happen. Like if you are like, say you're on an island and you have no food, no water, you can hallucinate things. But I don't think that you're like, I don't think in really like real life that happens very often.
But how is this such a common thing in movies
Unless-
that we've accepted that I'm
but,
like, I don't think that actually is a
but there are-
real thing.
there
Because
are-
that's how they convey it.
Yeah.
You can't hear what's going on in their head.
But like there are
There's times where I've thought shit.
Yeah.
Like someone said something to me in my head. I'm like, oh fuck, I hope they don't find out about something. But
I think also like if you have like there's but there's people that have like mental problems where they have like
I'm not talking about like extreme cases. I'm
no,
talking
but
about just
like
like
that can happen. Like people like say you're really sleep deprived, like you're losing your mind. Like you can lose your mind. But like it's not like that guy and like he like had a mental break. Like he had a mental breakdown. But like
okay.
we're talking about Ted Lasso.
Oh.
That episode that we were talking about where that guy just was like off on his like getting beat up by people and like all
actually
these things.
one time I was in like Joe's truck and I was like really, really, really hungry. And I remember him like turning over and going, Max, I just want to say, man, I'm like sorry for all the mean things I've ever said to you. And I really want to say I appreciate our friendship. And I all of a sudden, but then I like snapped back into it and Joe was just like screaming at me.
You know, a lot of people say a lot of things about you, Joe, but you know what? I think you're a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, no matter what.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't care what people say, dude. You are a nice guy.
Yeah. Back on the mind thing. I get deja vu a lot. Like deep day. Like
Really?
I've had so bad one time that like I could tell you what someone was gonna say to me. Like I had deja vu and I was like, I've seen this before, and I'm like, oh, like they're gonna ask me something right now, and they fucking asked me, and I'm like, holy shit, like I've done this. That's happened to me a couple times.
What's an example?
I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it's
You
happened.
just told me that you could.
We went on the ski trip. We were on the lift at one point, and in my head, I'm like, I have fucking been on this ski lift
You have.
with these people going up, and like this conversation was going on, and it like goes exactly the way I remember it, but it never happened.
No, that's not real.
I'm telling you, dude, it's happened to me a couple times.
I don't think I've experienced deja vu.
I think it's just if you have a dream that then ends up happening,
Do you get deja vu?
which I think your brain also does shit to like make it. So like maybe the dream was 50% what you're experiencing, and then your brain bridges the gaps to try to make you feel like you know, like, you know, I feel like there's probably a logical explanation, but it does happen.
I've had the feeling of like being in a space before, even though I've never been in a certain space.
Yeah.
I've never
Or
experienced
like having a conversation with somebody, you're like, holy fuck, I've
I
had
feel
this
like
conversation
we've had this
before.
conversation
Yeah.
before, yeah.
Well, that's usually because one of us just forgot that we did have that conversation.
No, I don't really forget a lot of things.
Except for your past.
Nope. Nothing like that has ever happened to me. I'm just
Simple man.
Cool guy.
I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. Okay? I'm the best there ever is, plain and simple. Okay? Anything else going on with you guys? We're gonna wrap this show up. What do you think the future of these kind of topics are? Because I've tried my best to like go on more generalization stuff rather than like super current event stuff. What do you think people want?
I think people just want to listen to us talk about certain topics.
Yeah.
I don't think they care like what it's about. I think it's just like topics.
Current events are good, but only if you get the video out like the same day, because shit moves so fast now that like we talk about current events by Monday, no one's even caring about. I mean, depending on what it is, but
That's true.
you can do both. I feel like it depends who's here. If it's a new person, I feel like you're good. If it's just us, current events.
I'm leaning into this podcast thing. I really enjoy this. I feel like I just like with my YouTube videos, I kind of overthink them sometimes and like don't think that like, oh, if I don't have like these revolutionary topics or if kind of like harped on a lot of similar topics before, we can't talk about them again. And
How have these been doing? Because your last 4 have been
Really
like,
good.
repeat
Really well.
friends. Okay, well there you go. That's your answer.
well, and it's I'm trying my best with social media to like take stress off my plate now. Like
Jesus, take the wheel.
kinda.
Yeah.
Like even with YouTube and all that, I'm more just I'm at a really I feel like I've said this before, but I haven't actually been in a good place with it. But now it's more like I would love it if things grow. I would love it if things perform well. But at the end of the day, I'm like I just enjoy doing things, and I'm just gonna put them out there. And if they miss a little bit, I'll adapt and pivot.
You do it for yourself, not for others.
What do you think about if I did a solo episode?
I think you should have. You should
That's
have
called
done
a
it
Q&A,
already.
and you do it on your channel like once a week.
No, it wouldn't be a Q&A.
It'd just be you talking.
I know, but it's gonna be the same. as a
I've
Q&A.
thought about sitting down.
It's a monologue. You're not Theo Vaughn. You can't get away with that, dude.
Yes, he can.
You gotta be really funny to get away
He
with
is
that.
funny.
Yeah, but you're not that funny.
Joe.
I am funny.
Okay, do it.
Joe, you're literally
I'll
the
watch
most
it and I'll comment
negative
it.
person.
I think it'd be hard for you to just fucking freestyle for an hour straight.
That's not true because he does it all the time.
You're talking about half Nelsons the whole time.
No.
No, I think I would talk about my life story.
I think you should just talk. Because here's the thing, I can listen to you talk just forever. And it's not just because I'm your fiance. Shut the fuck up, Joe. I'm going to beat your ass later.
The whole time you're talking, she's just fucking swiping.
I'm not
I can listen to you forever.
I can. I do listen to you talk for a long time. I love listening to him talk. I'll ask him questions because I just want to listen to him talk about certain things.
Do you ever think that, like, a lot of times, I had these realizations a lot of times where, like, if I talk about similar topics frequently in my head, I'm like, people don't want to hear this. But a lot of times I really enjoy when people talk about specific topics that I want to keep hearing, even if they're kind of repeating.
Like being engaged?
God damn it, Joe.
Joe, just because you're a sad, lonely individual.
All right. I don't know I'm getting attacked.
No, it's more like the Anabar guys, Ryan and Rim, whenever they talk about like Anabar and like the business stuff, even if it's like very similar topics, I'm like, man, I could listen to them talk about
This all day.
the same topics every single time.
I'm good with
because
that.
I'm interested in the business.
That's fine.
Brad from Fat and Weird Cookie has a podcast, and whenever he talks about business, in my head, I'm like, oh, it's very similar problems that he's having every day, and he keeps talking about them, but I'm like, I love hearing about this, even
I
though
agree.
I feel like I'm like, but in his head, do you think he's going, damn, I've already talked about this a million times, I've beaten this to
Probably.
death, but I'm like, what? So then I step out of my brain, and I'm like, what if there's a lot of people that are like me that can listen to me talk about the same thing over and over again?
There's also, at the moment, like social media across the board rewards quantity over quality 100%. Like we've seen that even with like videos and photos and stuff. Like people that post every fucking day will do better on social media and get more of attraction than people that are once a month, but it might be of higher quality. That's just fucking how it is. I think if you're talking, you could talk the same topic every fucking day and you would still grow the channel and people would be like, oh my
It's
God,
your
this is
niche.
great. Yeah.
You have to have a niche.
People also like progression. So you could talk about sour strips every fucking day, and as long as the company's moving forward, like people are going to be interested, even the same thing every day.
Even if it's
because
not
it's going to
moving-
grow either way.
The thing is, even if it's not moving forward, even if you're talking about things that you're dealing with or things that are going on in the business that are causing problems, people want to know about that because it's want to know why. It's relatable. It's authentic. That's what people want to listen to. People are sick of like the same perfect cookie cutter social media posts. People want things that are authentic. I just had a brain, just like my brain just went, whoa. Authentic, and they want something that's relatable. Like the more that you can educate people on certain topics, the better your posts will do.
To be honest, each time I upload a vlog or whatever, a lot of times, because like my whole world is essentially sour strips right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And many videos, I'll keep putting them out. I'm like, man, I can't sour strips is my life. I vlog my life, but if I talk about sour strips, the whole video, people are going to think I'm like running ads for sour strips, and that's like a super big brain funnel back into the business. I'm like, well, that might be a byproduct. I was like, this is just my life. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I don't talk about things more often because I'm thinking people don't want to hear me talk about this all the time. But I could talk about business, and I really like talking about money. And I'm not talking about buying shit or whatever. I just love having conversations with people and listening to people's like viewpoints on how they spend money, like their thoughts about money, saving money, like credit card. I love everything in relation to money, but not in some sort of like guru big rich person type of way.
The thing is, he loves talking about it so much that he talks to me about it, and that topic kind of gives me anxiety, and I don't know why. It's like always been like instilled to me that like I just don't like talking about finances and money. It gives me.
She does not.
It gives me so much anxiety.
I can't
She
confirm.
does not.
It gives me anxiety, and I don't know why, and I should really talk to a therapist about it, but like I can't pinpoint why it does it for me, but like it sends me over the top, and I'm like, Max, I just need you to stop talking about this right now. So like definitely you should talk about it in your podcast, because then I don't have to hear about that one.
Yeah, I want to actually in a podcast, I want to like I want to sit down and, for example, for 35 minutes, I would love to sit there and talk about why credit cards are like everyone should have a credit card, and why and how to maximize and like savings account with interest. I would love to talk about that. I would love to talk to someone about that.
What's your opinion on credit cards?
We can't dive into this right now.
I just want to know.
At a high level, I think if you can afford to pay your credit card off every month, then you can have a credit card. I don't think you should ever maintain debt on your credit card.
No.
Because it's fucking 16 to 20%. Like, there's no reason you should ever have debt on the credit card.
Yep.
Yeah,
But we also live in a society where you have to have a credit
But
card.
see,
because
I
you
want
have
to
have
like
credit.
teach people, because I want to like enlighten people I want to enlighten people who are scared of certain things in life, like financial things that they just don't understand that seem overwhelming. And I'm like, listen, I want to talk about them and break them down in the most simple ways that a golden doodle would understand, because that's how I started. Because I was in a lot of people's shoes at some point, and I thought things were overwhelming. And the way that I learned it and the way that I incorporate it in my life on a daily basis, I think is the most easy way possible. And if I just explain it, how it goes on in my brain, I think so many people would better their lives, because they would go, but like shit.
You do explain it, but it's like at the end of the day, like not everybody handles it the same way that you.
But they should if I explain it. If I explain it a certain way,
I know you explain it the same way, but we're not you.
Yeah, but
you should sell a masterclass.
No. I want to give it away for free. But I'm telling you, if I explained credit cards and how I manage my money, even before, this is how my brain has been working for a long time, way before things started going well. I had the same mindset. It's just different levels of money, right? I think I could improve a lot of people's lives in their financial situation because of the way that I could break down things.
Like, this is already too much financial talk for me. I'm already over it.
I love talking about money. Love it.
Then do that. There you go.
Money Talk with Maxx Tuning.
Money Talk with Maxx
Money
Tuning.
Talks.
Coming
Money Talks.
soon.
That's a good one.
It's on. It's someone else on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a show.
Money Talks with Maxx. Coming soon.
Isn't it Kramer? Jim Kramer? Is that Money Talks?
Ooh, people aren't big fans of Jim Cramer.
Who is-
Bro,
who
he's
is that?
wrong every fucking time.
He's like a stock guy, but it's like a meme.
You've seen him.
If
He, like,
he's either
fucking
like
hits bells and shit, like runs
he's like the
around.
bald guy that's
Sell,
yelling,
sell.
but he's basically like, this company is amazing. I love this company. Every time, the next day, the stock
just like the
plummets into the ground.
I just like the stock.
I just like the stock.
It's a great movie.
It was a
I
good
just like the
movie.
stock. I think that will wrap up this episode. I would really like it if people, let's get engaged. If we're going to turn this podcast into more casual, I do have engagement. I do have like a couple guests that I'm hopefully going to go back, kind of do some interviews, because I like interviewing people, because I like also challenging myself to have conversations with different people in different industries, and I enjoy it. Like
I think differently than you.
Yeah, I really do. Even if
What doctor? I think you should do that one.
Bring
That'd be a
her
good one.
on.
no, I've wanted to interview.
I want to know where her mindset went, where she's like, I'm becoming a doctor, and I'm gonna be a doctor for feet, because feet are disgusting.
Yeah,
Should do it.
No, I really enjoy, and I want to interview people, but I think having the casual ones. But I want to turn this into kind of like a little community of stuff. Like, leave some topics down below you guys want us to cover, hear our opinions on, and viewpoints.
Leave
and
some topics for me too.
Yeah,
In my podcast,
Taylor's pod called
The Girl Social.
When's it coming out?
We're filming our first episode this week.
Are you?
We
Really?
are. Yeah, Saturday.
So by the time this episode's out, it should. If Taylor's podcast is live, no matter what, the channel should be made, because this isn't coming out for 2 more Mondays.
Are you editing her podcast?
Yes. But I'm not going to do an intro. It'll be really fast.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
doing a funny intro. It's just gonna be a nice.
The YouTube channel will be created. So linked down in the description, there will either be an episode of her first podcast, Go Show Some Love, or there'll be a link for the channel that the podcast will be
and
coming
the
out on.
social page,
And the social page.
which is my bread and butter.
You better hope it's all live, because someone's going to steal all that shit from you.
It will be. I'm gonna need you to help me trademark.
Okay.
You're gonna trademark this?
Yeah.
First, just
Yeah.
Just let me do it.
do a couple episodes
Here's the
first.
thing. I
Feet
like
wet
to think
first.
that Max doesn't believe in me because he questions
that's
a lot
not
of shit.
that's
that
not why
do.
I said don't worry about trademarking.
Do we want to talk about trademarks? We can go at this real quick if you want to.
Huh?
What's happening?
Things that are important to you that you don't trademark that you should have, and you wouldn't be in issues that you have currently.
Oh shit! I know what they're talking about.
It's not as deep.
It's pretty deep.
It's not.
It's
not
deep.
deep. That will wrap up
Yep.
this
Max is
episode.
running away.
This will wrap up
Wrap it up.
this episode of Don't Be Sour. New episodes every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, unless you don't get one. If you're on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment down below. Get involved. Comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up button. If you're on any sort of podcast streaming service, give us a 5-star review. Don't know what it does, but I think it helps. Thank you so much for tuning in. Eat more sour strips and ever forward.
Woof. Say woof.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.